All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the chat. We're going to have a special guest today that is coming on at the top of the hour, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. He'll be coming on in about 50 minutes. So before everybody gets to asking and anxious and all that stuff, Coach Calvin Ford is going to be on the channel. Shout out to the Great Rise Podcast for helping me get this conversation with Coach Calvin in the middle of his training camp, where he's training several fighters for the card that's coming up on April 22nd. So thank y'all. So thank you and shout out to the Rise Podcast. But let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. Platinum Alkaline Water, what's going on, brother? H-Town 713, what's good? The Rise, what's going on? What's happening with you, sir? And again, the reason why it's going to be at 9 a.m. In about 40 minutes is because, or 50 minutes, is because he is in Las Vegas right now. And if you know, that is 2 hours behind. So it's basically 7 a.m. in the morning his time. I didn't want him to have to get up at 6 a.m. So we agreed to 7 a.m. his time. Obviously, man, Coach Calvin is a trooper, because I know a whole bunch of y'all ain't giving no interviews at 7 o'clock in the morning where you training, coming off the long day that he had. So I really, really appreciate him. Make sure y'all get your questions in the super chat. I can't be reading questions out the chat too much, I don't think, because I got some questions. We should have a good conversation going on, man. What's going on, Rise, though? Thank you, brother. Joe Harris in the building. What's going on? Hakeem Atkins, what's happening? Meaty Riley, what's going on? Peace to you, man. He said, Sufanon, peace of chat. I was raised up by Coach Calvin, and he is greatly loved and respected in our community. That's what's up, man. There should be more people out there like that to get that respect. Keith in the building. What's going on, Keith Wallace? HMC, what's good? One Body in Yahweh. Yes, sir. Early and hit the like button. Big Ray in the building. What's going on? Asante L, what's happening? I do. I'm good, man. I actually ate breakfast this morning, so I feel really good. Because, man, I'm telling you, I was hurting. And thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that got me on this coconut water. Thank you to everybody. When I was talking to you guys yesterday, and I was like, man, I'm working out hard and I'm sweating. I'm trying to get this weight off me. God, I don't feel quite right. And to everybody that said you got to drink coconut water along with your water, thank you, because it helped a lot, man. I feel way better. God, I think I'm still gonna have to chug it for a couple days before I get all the way right. Asante L, what's going on, man? Keys to the Game Boxing Channel, what's going on, brother? H-Town in the building. Of course, the Rise in the building. Aisha, what's happened? Asante, Trash Talk Gamer, what's good, brother? A shout out to Baltimore. Joe A in the building. What's going on? Big Ray in the building. Malcolm Garner said, from the City of Champions, Youngstown, Ohio, in the building. That's what's going on, man. Shout out to you, brother, out there in Ohio. Malcolm Gardner in the building. Joe Cortez McGee in the building. What's happening? Auntie Black Cherry, what's going on, sister? Good to see you this morning. Mark W in the building. OZ22 Bison 22 said, "Oh my God, clickbait! Oh God, joke can't wait. Yeah, man, I ain't clickbaiting you, brother. Trust me. First of all, we don't do clickbait. We will tell you the definition of clickbait. Man, my goodness. Anyway, be easy in the building. What's going on? Bully Bread Kendall, shout out to you, brother. Hope you're doing well out there, man. In that Uber, pushing that, doing them deliveries this morning, man. Shout out to you, Bully Bread Kendalls, man. H-Town 713 in the building says Lufanon, John Boy, Undercard Boxing, Keys to the Game, Rise Podcast, Coach Calvin already. Yes, sir, man. And much love for that positivity there, man. Steven said, happy hump day, Fanon. Happy hump day to you, brother. Hope you well, man. Good morning. Welcome everybody come out here today, man. Ponce de Leon in the building. What's going on, man? Tara Sims, good to see you, sister. What's going on, Mr. Rivera? Chris Colbert. What's going on, Paul Carrick and Just Do Boxing in the building? Undercard Boxing, what's happening? I think I said what's up to you already. Fanon, Grand Rising. G. Flaco Escobar official. Shout out to you, brother. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Welcome back to the chat. Can't say what's there's a lot of people in here, man. So I'm gonna make sure I just say what's going on, Michael Mar. You slide down. Stone Alone said top of the morning. Thank you for that support, brother. B said looking good, working out is doing you well. Hey man, I'm gonna get it right, man. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta get this. I gotta get it right, bro. Them electric lights, yes sir, man. Let me give me some electrolytes right now. Feel way better. And the Rise podcast. Oh, coconut and vitamin water. Oh, it's with it is with vitamin C. Coconut with vitamin C. Got it. Thank you for all the slim people giving me advice on how to be like y'all. I got to get slim, man. All right, so look, man, we're going to have a good DJ OC in the place to be. Money Brown in the building. What's going on, man? To Money Brown, the great Money Brown. If you guys are not subscribed to the great Money Brown, which I already know you are, go check out the great go check out the great Money Brown. Definitely one of the best in the business. Always pleasant to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's postponed due to Ortiz injury. Yes, I saw that. We can go over some of the boxing news. Like I said, Coach Calvin's going to be here in about 45 minutes from now. So just so you know, that's where we are. Before that, you guys want to ask specific questions of him when he comes in, put it in the super chat. We will read it out of the super chat. Also, I am going to make a donation to the foundation those guys have over there with and I can't remember the name of it, y'all, forgive me. Over there and where they're helping the kids that they're sponsoring get to these national tournaments out of Upton Gym in Baltimore, Maryland. So, you know, any other support y'all go can help subsidize what I'm already going to do. Got my mind set up already, especially because I'm sure there are 1099 out there and I can get it off my taxes. Fannon, can you ask about Ryan's left hook? Yes, ma'am, I can. I really meant to put it in a super chat when he got here, though, because that's going to be I got it, though. I wrote that down, Aisha, for sure. Ryan's left hook. I need my better pen. What's going on, sister? Thank you. Much love, Aisha, in that super chat said, Fannon, can you ask what he thinks of Ryan's left hook? Oh, for sure. Without trying to ask him any type of strategy stuff, I'll do that. And T. Wells in the building said, good morning, Fannon. Taking my son to the bus stop. Hey, that's what's up, man, being that great dad. That's how you be that great dad. Be out there, be the great dad. Be the change that you seek. Be the change that you seek in your neighborhood. But more importantly, take care of the damn kids that you got, man. What the hell's wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? All that good loving you get comes at a cost, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just want to hear him say two new, what is this? Where'd it go? Two new or few. I just want to hear him to say too new or few. Love that Baltimore. Nur or fru. I can't even do it. Yeah. It's hard to get that DC accent, man. I mean, get that Baltimore accent. Fannon, can Gilbert Jimenez get a wrench? Rip Jones. Yeah, for sure. Gilbert Jimenez, absolutely. Next time I see you. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Somebody blipped him. That's why. Now I see why you asked. Money Brown, why you blip him, bro? Come on, man. Can't blip him. He must be. Don't be hating over there on Money Brown TV, bro. I don't know what you did, Gilbert Jimenez, to take off Money Brown and have him shoot a shot at you real quick. I don't know what you did over there, bro. I'll standard monetize you so you protected, bro. But make sure. Oh, it was an accident. Oh, okay, that's what's up. I was like, I don't know what you did to Moni. Nah, I'm not written. Nah, Nope. I am absolutely not handing out a bunch of riches today. Today is not the day for the wrench crew. No. Please do not be blocking anybody that gets up in here either. It would be greatly appreciated if you guys did not do that. But y'all can hit that like button. I know y'all can do that. But hey, T. Wells in the building. What's going on, brother? Thank you for the support, man. Mr. Pragmatic said, what's up? Looking forward to the interview. Yeah, it's going to be a conversation. It's going to be a conversation, man. He's a guest. That's how I phrased it like that. It's a guest. Cortez McKee, you got to give a wrench cost. It designates people that have given $10,000 to the channel. That's what it is. If you see a wrench, they have donated over $10,000 to the channel, or a local charity of their choice. That is a lie. I just lied to you. Wrench just means you're part of the family. We want to make sure that you don't get thrown out. You don't get kicked out. Conversation sounds more inviting. Love it. Yeah, it's just conversation, man. Because I don't want to be considered part of the media, so I'm just going to try to have conversations with cats. And for real, if you're a boxer or you're a trainer and you want to get your profile in the morning up a little bit, I'm going to be trying to do these a little bit more often, man. I'm going to try to, because I'm halfway decent at doing them. But we're gonna continue to do it. But we do got some news, man. Unfortunately, Money Brown TV said Gilbert was an accident on my part, brother. Oh, no worries, Money Brown. Hey, Money Brown, if you did it, you did it for a reason. So trust me, I ain't mad at you. But since it's an accident, I went on ahead and protected because Gilbert Jimenez is always here. I thought maybe every once in a while you get some scenarios where people go to other channels and they not saying I'm glad that Gilbert Jimenez is not the case. But I'm really like, I know every once in a while people go to other channels and they start acting a fool. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure that you really, every once in a while it happens, man. Greg Cali 33 said, new to your channel. Great boxing conversations. Salute. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. What's going on, little Jay? He said, may I ask what else as a trainer does he need to accomplish for him to feel comfortable enough to leave the sport? Or if that ever crosses his mind. Okay, yeah, man, you're gonna have to put that in. You're gonna have to put that in there during that time. But anyway, man, let's get back on an unfortunate circumstance while we're waiting for Coach Calvin to get here. What's going on, Derek Lewis? How you feeling, man? Hope you're doing well. Unfortunate news, man. So it appears as if I got this on Twitter last night, where, of course, the go-to guy for boxing news over there on Twitter, Lefty, still loyal to the soil, and Chicken Talk. Shout out to Chicken Talk. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Chicken Talk on YouTube, and also go. I'm sure you have a link over there to his new boxing website. Hold on one second, man. I got to do something. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. Right back at it. So he came out with the news to me where he put out a tweet, was like, I got to get a drink. Say it's not true. And it appears as if, and this is terrible, John Boy, that the fight we were going to gather at, which was strangely enough a matchroom card with Virgil Ortiz and Amanda Stanionis, has now been postponed because Virgil Ortiz has an undisclosed injury in camp. Rumor is that it was more overtraining or whatever the situation that had him go to the hospital and pull out of a fight not too long ago. So, hopefully, it'll get rescheduled, and this is nothing that is long-term going to affect Virgil Ortiz. Very unfortunate that it keeps happening, though. Keeps happening, though. Keys to the Game Boxing Channel says, Salute Fannon. Think we'll get Boots to fill in for Ortiz or Stanionis? No, I do not. I think that is ridiculous. No joke. I've had somebody already tell me about that. Maybe, but they're going to have to find a fight date for that. You know what I'm saying? They've already Showtime is laying out their schedule. Since they're laying out their schedule and they've already got fights with Errol and whoever he's doing has got a fight date. They've got Jamal Charlo. Then who else did they got? They got a Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman doesn't fight Errol, they got Jaron Ennis and those guys that said that they're going to be on it. I don't know. I don't really know what dates the PBC is going to have a specific, unless they just throw them on that particular date and Virgil Ortiz fills in for fills in. And so it would be not Jaron replacing him, but Stanionis fighting on that card. And you got a problem with that because Virgil Ortiz, they're not in the same rankings. Stanionis is not ranked in the WBA. But maybe Virgil Ortiz, I don't know. Let me see. Is Stanionis? No, I don't think Stanionis is the regular champion. So Stanionis isn't ranked in the IBF. I don't even have to look. He's not ranked in the IBF because he's the WBA regular champion. So do I think so? Probably not. I think that they're probably going to hold on, delay the fight, and have the fight whenever it is that it comes to be. I think that if it's over an extended amount of time, then Stanionis will probably get another fight. But, the ordered fight is still there for him. I am EJ Love in the building. What's going on, brother? Said Tank and 7. Keep up the great work, Fannon. Thank you, brother. I will try my absolute best. Thank you for that support, bro. It means a ton. It absolutely means a ton. We got to do something real fast. There you go. All righty. And let me slide down, man. We got Dallas Champion in the building. What's going on? He said, I want to ask Coach if there's anything besides Ryan's left hook that could give Tank problems in a case scenario. Yes, sir. All right, got you. Gotcha. Hey, Dallas Champion, thank you, brother, for the support and the super chat, bro. Appreciate you, man. It helps the channel, man. And like I said, we got to make this donation to these cats. Yes, sir, Dallas Champion, because you got to make this donation because you know what I mean. It ain't free, bro. Life ain't free, man. Ain't nothing free about this mug out here on this planet Earth. I should say something foul, but I ain't gonna say something foul. Adrian Molina, what's going on with your brother? Hope you're doing well. What's happening, partner? So yeah, man. So unfortunately, as we wait on Coach Calvin to come, he'll be here at the top of the hour. We're about 35 minutes away from the time that we have scheduled. I do not see a text from him telling me anything different. Yeah. Much love in that Cash App. Somebody dropped. I know that's probably. I knew that. Mr. Cortez said, "God bless the chat." Miss Cortez McGee in the building in the Cash App. Thank you, brother, for the support. Tremendously. Ooh, come on, man, get back. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for that support. And then we have Tara. Always good to see you, Tara Sims. Great convo support. Thank you for the dollar holler. Means a lot. What's going on? What's blazing in sports? Oh, to Baltimore? Yeah, I'm going to drive down the ball. I think I'm going to be in Baltimore. Hey, what's going on? Adrian Molina in the building. What's going on, brother, with the $5 holler, brother? He said, what's good, boxing family? Yes, sir, bro. Thank you for that support, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Thank you, Adrian Molina. Thank you, brother. And the support to everyone. Let me get the blessings going to everybody else, man. Fannon and Don in this. Hey, what's going on? What's blazing in sports? Always good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. Ortiz gonna have to move up. Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate. However, it does come into play, though. It does come into play. You talking about he needs to move up because he has to train so hard to make the weight? Yeah, that definitely could be a situation. But hey, I'd be happy. I just want to be okay, bro. Nah, man, you gotta be the movies, but always I rocked at AGM General Maintenance. I couldn't clean. I don't know. Thanks. What? Anyway, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Hey, again, hey, Adrian, thank you, brother, for the support, man. No joke, man. It's a lot. I appreciate that. Big Block in the building. What's going on, man? Yeah, I mean, maybe he moves up. That's fine with me. If he stays, I just hope that it's not something that is like going to be a health issue long term for Virgil. He seems like a really good kid, man. He's a good fighter, most definitely. Now I'm not going to go to that he's on steroid stuff There's nothing that I've seen in him that would make me, would make me go there on that. You know what I mean? If the dude, I mean, it is possible. Anything is possible. What's going on, Brandon? Byron, Mr. Bradley. What's going on with your brother? Yeah, I wouldn't go to that, man. I just think, hey, man, the dude's he's got a reoccurring health issue, maybe, if it's connected, if it's the same thing. And I do know that was is a serious, is a serious situation. So, hopefully he's okay. But if what they need to do is just go on ahead and if Virgil Ortiz fights somebody else so he can get a payday, because it seems like hey, Fannon, that's what an electrolyte imbalance can do to you, make me feel off. Yeah, well, I was telling you, I was definitely feeling off. Definitely feeling off. So we're going to try to get that right, because I definitely felt better immediately. I mean, I felt better immediately. I didn't feel as dehydrated this morning, any of that stuff. Hey, good morning, OG. Shenard Bunch, who got robbed against Bochilla a few years ago, is fighting Brian Flores at 140 in April. Who you got? Bunch is nice. Thinking of putting some money on him. Man, that's a difficult question, man. I'd have to look at that, man. I don't know. I can't tell you right now. I do remember Bunch. He's a good fighter. Brian Flores. I haven't seen enough of Brian Flores. So come back to the next chat. I'll have a good answer for you, because I got to actually see these guys. I got to see them in my memory in short term for me to really say what, what I think about it. Is that you let me know, is that televised? Because I'll definitely keep an eye out for that. Thank you, brother, for that support. 53rd National. I'm not sure what that means though. 513. What is this? 51 third Natty. I'm talking about Ortiz if it's the same issue. Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you, brother, for that support and that super chat, man. I wish I had a better question for you. Come back again and ask me that same question, and I'll have it broken down for you. Because, dude, you support the channel, I should have an answer for you. But I can't, honestly, man, in my mind's eye, I really can't. I don't really know what Brian Flores fights like. I do remember Shenard Bunch, though. But, yeah, from Cincinnati area code. Okay, that's what's up. Oh, Natty, yeah. 513. Okay, 513 Cincinnati area. That's what's up. Man, Cincinnati, Ohio got so many good fighters, man. God, dog, y'all got a lot of good fighters. I used to think that Michigan had the fighters. I think, man, I don't know, man. I think Ohio really might be. It's that Michigan, Ohio, the DC, the DC, Maryland area. And I'm not saying the DMV, because Baltimore is not in the DMV, but that area, like that East Coast area, that, man, it has got a lot, man. Texas got a lot too that are coming out, though. A lot of Texas people are coming out, though. And I think they've been out for a while, but they definitely getting it. But much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you, man. Dapper Douglas said, delivering mail and listening to everyone. What's going on, Dapper Douglas, man? Be safe out there, man. Be safe out there, man. Watch out for them pit bulls, man. Watch out for them pit bulls coming at you, man. We don't need no drama out there in the world, man. Yes, we do. Ohio facts, Toledo, Ohio, in the chat. 419 DH. Yeah, y'all got some fighters out there, man. Philly got fighters too, man. God dog, y'all got some fighters. But Ohio, it's like Ohio be hitting you because coming out the blue with them. Like, Ohio got a lot, man. Ohio's got a lot of really solid fighters. Yeah, Philly got fighters too. Yeah, they do. I just, Philly's just an obvious one. Philly, I don't know, but Ohio is a state. You got Toledo, you got Cincinnati, you've got, man, what is that other city in Ohio, man? Toledo, Cincinnati, Youngstown, Ohio. Yeah, Akilo, now what's up, Sue? Yes, they do. Yeah, I know Philly got fighters. They got a lot of fighters. I'm going to tell you who don't have fighters for nothing. Chicago, we ain't got them like that. Hey, what's going on, man? Support. Hey, Jeff Hayden in the building says supporting the channel. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Youngstown, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. All of them, man. Really, really good ones, man. Philly on deck. Shout out to my fellow Philadelphians. That's what's up. Cali does not dominate in team sports, man. Cali does not have the football that Texas has or Florida has. And they ain't got their basketball either. Like, well, I guess they've been coming up more in boxing and basketball now, since being soft is allowed in the NBA. There's a lot more California dudes, a lot more California cats out, basketball players coming out of California now that they made the league all kind of soft. Just joking. Jokes. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. You know what I mean? Don't get mad. Y'all can man, pros don't count, man. Chicago got shooters, a lot of them. Hey, man, that's because they changed it. We used to not really have it because you couldn't play outside. Playing outside in Chicago does not breed shooters. Let me tell you, playing outside in Chicago does not breed shooters. If they coming out of Chicago and they are really, really good shooters, man, they have access to a gym. I think a lot of games played a part in the Chicago equation. I mean, we keep players, man. Chicago, I'm not talking basketball today, though. Oh, you talking about in boxing? I don't know. It's just not a big culture. It's just not a big culture, man. They got boxing cultures in those cities. They got gyms in those cities. They've got people. They've got a lot of ex-world champions and a lot top contenders in those cities. You know? Kamal Oz in the building said, check out the responses to Gilberto Mendoza's tweet playing bodyguard and matchmaker for Canelo when he floated David Morrell's. David Benavidez and Morrell gives me hope. Hey, yeah, dude, I'm going to tell you, man, Canelo, I ain't talking about basketball. Oh, okay, that's what's up. I ain't talking about basketball. Oh, hey, man, look, dude. I'm going to tell you what does that, man. We just got, hey, man, hey, it is what it is, bro. Oh, you ain't talking about basketball. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of them. We got a lot of them. A lot of them. Yeah. Dude, let me tell you something, man. The walls are closing in on Canelo with all of that stuff, man. Because he's just taking it. No, I know, JJ. Yeah, I know they do. We do. Yeah, we always have. That ain't nothing new now. I just let you know that's nothing new. It's been like that for a long time. It's been like that for a long time. Chicago's always been highly violent. Like I used to be in the 90s. What was it when all of a sudden they started putting out LA and they started like the gangster rap out of LA and all that stuff started? Dude, I'm telling you, I always looked at that like, man, I don't know what you guys talking about. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. The West Side has always been the best side for that. Man, they always been like that. That a drive-by was created in Chicago. Man, let me tell you, them boys been doing it in Chicago all my life. Like, all my life. It's been known. It's been known. And you ain't even doing Aurora. I got dog. You got Mexicans out there doing it in Aurora like a champ. But look, we're not going to keep doing that, man. We're going to keep it right, man. Shout out to your Jersey fellows, you to Don. Hey, thank you, Hakeem Atkins. Yeah. I saw it. I did. Fannon, see Gilberto Mendoza's tweet from the 26th. Yes, I saw it. All right. So what he said was, let me tell you what he said. I'm telling you, I did a video on it. Kamal, and I didn't see your comment on it. I did a video on it, Kamal. Gilberto Mendoza suggested that David Benavidez and David Morrell fight each other, and then the winner get Canelo. Because David Morrell is a mandatory for him in the is going to be the mandatory when they order the fight for Canelo Alvarez, David Morrell, and David Benavidez is going to be the mandatory or should be the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez whenever the WBC orders it. So what Gilberto Mendoza wants to do is he wants the WBA guy and the WBC guy to eliminate one or the other so that Canelo doesn't have to fight both. And the answer to that is, dude, no. You know what I'm saying? If you're the mandatory, why are you asking them to fight somebody else? You're doing those guys wrong to protect Canelo Alvarez. Absolutely, positively. I recall that. I saw that. You must not like Cali or something. Man, look, let me tell you what I don't like. I don't like you. I've never been to Cali. I just be joking about stuff, man. Don't take stuff personally, man. Don't take stuff personally. I've never been to California to like it or not like it. It's the one place I've actually never been. All I know is of LA dudes that come out of California dudes that come out of California. And I like them. They're good dudes, man. You know what it is. Y'all speak very properly as far as, as far as being from the urban areas. You have very clear diction. I was just surprised that people were acting like this was something new. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's so new about this? This is definitely Chicago. That's definitely childhood for a lot of people all over the place. That's what I've always thought. It's like that, dude. It's like that in Louisville, Kentucky. Anyway, it is what it is, man. I got no problem with California at all. I just have an ongoing argument with California about y'all, and the fact that you're California. You guys are all nice and dandy. You got good weather all year. What you so mad about? Y'all ain't overweight because you can't go outside half the times and they sticking bratwurst down your throat. Anyway, Gervonta Mendoza got destroyed in the responses to that BS. Yeah, man, he should have been because it's ridiculous. How are you trying to protect Canelo like that? Hey, just so you guys know, we're about 20 minutes away from Coach Calvin, who's scheduled to come on in. And hey, my guy, Jeff Hayden. Oh, I got Jeff Hayden. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for that support, Jeff Hayden, in the Cash App. Let me tell you something, man. Canelo, man, what is this, dude? I hope that we don't have a lot of just ridiculous going on here. Bilbo said he wants to be undisputed and doesn't care about Canelo, and that Monster has a tool, that the Monster has the tools to beat Canelo. So will he fight after Ryder? Hopefully he'll ride off into the sunset. If that is the case, Fannon is an ex-weed head. How can he not fight? How can he not like Cali? I mean, I ain't never been to Cali. I don't have no problem with Cali. I don't. I have no problem with California. California love. Got no problem with y'all at all. Got no problem with y'all at all, man. I'm from Chicago, so I'm going to be making jokes about. I talk bad about New York, even though New York's a great city. I'll talk bad about L.A. because L.A. cats think they're the hardest thing under the sun. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whatever, man. Like, for real. You guys, like, you're not that big. Like, I don't say. Like, dude, seriously, man. You very rarely ever hear somebody from Chicago brag about how big Chicago is and how great Chicago is. We love Chicago because we're from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We love Chicago because we're from Chicago. But I just don't ever hear that attitude, man. Like you ever seen this New York dude will leave New York and start a fight with somebody? Like, hey, man, I'm from the Bronx. Hey, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Yo, homie. How you can't even do that. I'm from Brooklyn. You'd be like, man, I don't care. What? You think they didn't? You think they only had that in Brooklyn? Man, you don't never hear, man, I'm from Chicago, man. I'm yeah. Shout out to Detroit. Yes, sir, man. You know what I mean? Act like you've been somewhere, bro. Jokes versus disrespect. For now, I'm not being disrespectful when he talk about these places. Nah, man. First of all, dude, New York is a great city, man. Their pizza just sucks. The only thing about New York cats, hey, we got this interview coming up in about 20 minutes. The only thing about New York dudes is that New York people is this. New York people think that New York is the only place on the planet. And New York has everything. They only look. Are you from California? They hype up Chicago if California people are talking crazy. And then, yeah, of course. Now, I'm not talking about every single solitary person. Man, your pizza is very average, Dwayne Joseph. You have the most average pizza on the planet, bro. It is very average. You have average pizza. You have pizza. You have average pizza. It's edible pizza, but it's extremely, extremely average. It's big deal. like, oh, man, it's Chicago. Chicago pizza ain't got, man, I'm like, what? Oh, you talking about that deep dish? First of all, I don't even eat deep dish. Okay, but that's deep dish. The pan pizza, I'm not trying to hear none of that, dog. Your pizza's not that. Your pizza's nothing exceptional. Nothing exceptional. Nothing. And I've never heard anybody from Chicago ever say, Oh, yeah, New York pizza's like that. They be looking at you like, man, y'all just think you the best at everything. You just got big egos. You just got big egos, man, because you're a big city. You are huge, though. No joke. The city's huge. And there's a lot of really fun things in New York. And I can't lie, dog. Second to Louisiana, you guys got the attitude on, y'all people up there. Hey, man, it's pretty nice. But other than that, dog, I ain't trying to hear that. Canelo said that he wants to fight Bivol next unless he asks for too many concessions. Bivol said he wants to be treated like a champion and wants more money. Canelo doesn't want the fight. Well, there you go. Well, good. Good. I like that. Much love in that super chat. There's a benefit from being from somewhere where your money spends well. A Kilo Netter in the building. What's happening? There is most definitely a benefit to being somewhere. There's definitely something. Nick Ball, Chicago-style pizza is terrible, Fannon. Y'all love, but excuse me. Nick Baller, I will throw you out. First of all, if you have not literally been to Chicago and eaten that pizza at Luminati's, I don't want to hear it. Because you actually have to eat it at Luminati's and get it there. That muck you guys are selling out there in New York, I'm not trying to hear it. Second of all, that's deep dish pizza. That's lasagna with crust. I'm talking about the actual pizza we have in Chicago. We don't have anything called Chicago-style pizza. Your quest, the way that you phrase that should enlighten you. It says Chicago-style. Chicago-style. The only place you're going to get Chicago-style is outside of Chicago. Because it's the same style. The only place you're going to get French style is outside of France. Because style means imitation. Chicago imitation pizza. Chicago style pizza. We're going to make you pizza like they make it there. We're going to make the same style. It's not Chicago pizza. If you eat Chicago style pizza, you're not eating Chicago pizza. We don't have Chicago style pizza in Chicago. Only thing we have in Chicago is Chicago pizza. There is no Chicago style pizza. You guys make a second-rate imitation, call it Chicago style, and then try to put it on us. How about we practice being literate? Chicago style. That means Chicago-like. Chicago imitation pizza. Chinese style food. Mexican style food. I'm a Floyd Mayweather style boxer. Are you Floyd Mayweather? No, I'm Floyd Mayweather style. Is Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather style? No. Floyd Mayweather is Floyd Mayweather. Okay? We need to practice high levels of literacy. If you have not been to Chicago, you cannot tell me what Chicago pizza is because you've never been there, because you've not eaten it. It's called deep dish, right? Deep dish pizza. Deep dish pizza is just a type of pizza that they serve at certain places, like Luminati's. And Luminati's, honestly, their deep dish pizza tastes nothing like Uno's. It doesn't taste like it, and I don't even like it. However, we order pizza just like everybody else does. Pick up the phone, blip, blip, blip. Can you deliver a pizza to me? That is the pizza, and that pizza is much better than that New York trash. Come on, Oz in the building. Told you something fishy about Virgil Ortiz. Personally, I think he should be at 154. Spence Thurman, boot Stanionis. Make it happen, Al Heyman. Hey, we can make it happen. Spence Thurman, boot Stanionis. I would love to make that happen. So, look, Nick Balling TV. Again, I hate to give you an English lesson. Style means that it's not that. Hey, Fannon, is the news about Virgil Ortiz true? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That fight is postponed. No, Baltimore is not considered the DMV, Buddha Monk. No, it is not. No, it is not, Buddha monk. You know what I'm saying? I just be tripping on people talking about Chicago style pizza as if that literally means it's not from Chicago. You know what I mean? Philly style cheesesteaks are not from Philadelphia, and they're nothing like them. Thank you very much, because you don't have the same bread. But anyway, no, Baltimore is not considered the DMV, partner. It is not. No, it is not. Man, I get tired of y'all telling me this. No, it is not. Hey, say try eating Chicago's pizza and not Chicago style pizza. Exactly. Chicago style pizza is only available outside of Illinois. Baltimore is not in the DMV. I'm trying to tell them. I don't know why they keep saying that. This is the DMV. The DMV is that 495 loop that goes around DC. Everything inside of that is the DMV area. It's all connected by the metro. You can take metro all of these different places inside of that 490. I think it's 495. Oh, yeah. Giordano's too. Yeah, Giordano's. But the actual Giordano's, not the Giordano's that's, where you can buy it in Louisiana. Look, man, I'm not trying no Detroit style nothing. First of all, Detroit is gonna be good, man. It's whatever, dude. It's pizza. How you screw up pizza? But no, I'm just trying to tell you, you guys can stop all that. I like New York. I like New York just fine. I really do. I would love New York, actually. Love going to New York. Sean Clark says, salute Fannon and Coach Calvin in advance. If you got excited and forgot to jab that like button, spin the block and hit it. Shout out to the usual suspects. You know what it is. Thank you, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. We're about 10 minutes from touchdown. I don't know why these guys keep sending me this stuff. California's crew. Hey, man, I've never been to California to say I like it or not like it. Do you know what I'm saying? I've never been there to say I like it or I don't like it. I don't know where. I've never been there. Chicago pizza is better than New York pizza. Look, man, New York pizza is just nothing. First of all, they're ripping you off with how they rip it all. They're ripping you off. New York is you know how they have in that movie, can I get some extra mozzarella on this month? No, you don't get that in Chicago. They give you all kind. Dude, there's more food on one square of Chicago pizza than there is on that whole gigantic triangle they hand you. Why is the Ortiz fight postponed? The Ortiz fight is postponed because of a undisclosed illness suffered by Virgil Ortiz. That's it. Is Portillo's a Chicago thing because they're fire? I mean, that's the only place there's Portillo's all over Chicago. I don't know if there's Portillo's originated in Chicago, but yeah, Portillo's is most definitely a Chicago thing, and Portillo's off the chain. Yeah, Portillo's is Chicago's not round. The pizza's round. The pizza's cut in Sicilians. It's squares. Chicago pizza is Chicago's pan pizzas are cut into squares, not triangles. What I'm saying is, yeah, it did. Yeah, I thought so, but I didn't want to say it and be wrong. Look, man, Chicago pizza is cut into squares, little squares. And there is more meat and cheese on that little square than there is on two pieces of that big old California, those big old New York triangles. I can't eat no pizza because the sauce is not on the top. Nick Balling, you are talking about ridiculousness, bro. In Chicago, you could get it cut how you want. Yeah, you can, but traditionally it comes in squares. You can get any pizza cut the way you want, but it comes in squares. Rosati's, Giordano, most of that stuff comes in squares, man. They cut them in squares. Now I'm sure you can call in and say, hey, man, hey, look, dude, I'm sick. Nick Balling, I'm going to throw you out if you bring up that deep dish shit anymore. I'm just going to be very honest with you. I've made it more than a parent that I don't want to talk about that. And I'm going to get drawn to that question, but I'm going to throw you out. Because seriously, man, dog, stop it. We don't make square pizzas, none of that crap. Whatever, man. It is what it is, bro. I'm sick of the conversation, bro. No joke. I don't want to talk about that anymore. No joke. So what is New York pizza? Just bread and cheese and it? Yes. 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 Yes, that's what it is. It's a big triangle. It's a big triangle with a couple pieces of meat and cheese. Like, it's nothing. Hey, Savannah Queen, I'm from Chicago. I know what I'm talking about. If you want anything cut in a triangle, you can get it cut in a triangle. Okay? What I'm trying to tell you, if you cut it in a triangle, you're going to have a very heavy triangle, homie. You're going to have a very heavy triangle. Anyway, like I said, man, I know what I'm talking about, bro. I ain't trying to hear none of you tell me about Chicago. That's where I'm from. Okay, so I understand full well, bro, what's going on. You can get it cut. Okay, get it cut in triangles then. I don't care. If you cut it in triangles, all you're going to have is a gigantic piece of pizza with a ton of meat and cheese on it. Anyway, man, whatever, bro. I don't care. I'm done off this, man. I can't wait to talk boxing. You guys are not stop talking about pizza, man. Next pizza, I'm throwing y'all out. You got to go on the pizza conversations, okay? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to talk about them. I'm from the Gold Coast. I do not want to keep talking. I do not want to keep talking about pizza, bro. I've lived all over. I've lived all over Chicago. It's one point in time or another, I lived all over the place. Downtown, north side, south side, west, far west, all of it. Grew up in a very heavily Italian neighborhood too, just so you know. Come on, Fannon. What is this about every 2 months? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm serious, man. I get tired because people keep, well, what about that? Oh my God, I don't even like it's like a lasagna. I don't want to keep hearing about I hate that pizza. Okay. Only other thing that I don't like, that I hate, get sick more talking about, is if somebody asks me about the popcorn. Big deal with the popcorn. Big deal with the popcorn, bro. So what? You can get that crap all over the place. And I mean it. I will tell people in a minute what is good about Chicago and what is very average. That popcorn you can get anywhere, okay? I know people like to go on Michigan Avenue, stop and get that popcorn at that historic store. I got it, all of that. Yeah, but it's whatever. It's no big deal. You can get that stuff anyway, bro. You can get that anywhere, bro. Anywhere. You can get it in D.C. We can get that type of popcorn anywhere. We out here supporting From Famous Potatoes, Lane, Idaho. Let's go, Fannon. Hey, thank you, brother. Mimi24, I'm trying to talk boxing. You get there, you're stuffing the chat with all of this stuff. Okay? The one thing I will say, and I'm not from Louisiana, is that none of y'all have better food than Louisiana. None. Chicago's food is not as good as Louisiana's. New York's food is not as good as Louisiana's. I've never been to California, but I can't believe, I don't know, but I doubt that is. The best food is from that place, is down there in Louisiana. Jewtown, Greektown, all of that good old stuff. Yeah. Okay, Dapper Douglas, $59.99 for Haney versus Loma is pay-per-view worthy. Yeah, it is. I mean, Miami is different. All the time I've spent in Florida has been in Miami, and that's more like Cuba. But no, Louisiana food is the best. It's just their partying is the best. Their drinking is the best. Their food is the best. It's just the best because it's nothing like, and it's unique. Anyway. Remember the name. Oh, okay. I can't pronounce it. Rama Uru Gelion, 9-year-old boxing phenom. He's trained by Montel Griffin. That's what's up. Fannon, what's going on? What's going on, Fannon? How you been? A long time since I could catch your show. Salute, my brother. That's what's up, man. I'm good, man. I can't complain. We just waiting for Coach Calvin. We're about 10 minutes away from Coach Calvin. Inglewood in 63rd. Oh, God, I almost got killed over there. God, dog, almost got killed over there. Whew. What's going on? Okay, yes, sir. Windy City Assassin, yes, sir. With the pay-per-view, do I think it is? I ain't gonna lie, man. I almost got X'd over at Inglewood on 63rd, and I can't even remember the street, bro. We not from 63rd. Yeah, it was the police. It wasn't the people. I walked around the neighborhood. It's the police. It's the police. Whew, God, dog. They are definitely in combat mode over there. Anyway, man, so let's get back. Let's get off of that stuff, man. As far as what Devin Haney and the pay-per-view, is it worth it? I'm gonna buy it. Shout out to Cottage Grove. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I'm gonna do something real quick because I am so sick. Hold on one second. Man, I can't even make it out, man. God dog. I hate that I can't make that out. Oh, there you go. Not Kedzie. That's way too far west. Definitely not Western. Low end. Nah, man. It's like 63rd and Lakeside. Like 63rd and Lakeside. Maybe 5 blocks west of Lakeside. It's like it was not too far off the lake. Like it's not quite. It's west of State. It's west of State. But anyway, man, it's crazy out there, man. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. But anyway, man, on to whether it's pay-per-view worthy or not. Yeah, man, it's pay-per-view worthy. Okay, man, we should be good in a second. I'll give him a call to see what's up. If he doesn't come, if you could call him, because I'd appreciate it, man. What you need, Fannon? Oh, no, I was trying to remember what street it was, man. It's like 63rd. It's like 63rd, and I can't remember. Homie, I like these guys. They call me on my car. I'm gonna buy it. I hope it's worth it. Yeah, man, it's worth it. Definitely, man. Definitely. You talking about the Devin Haney Lomachenko fight? Yeah. I mean, look, man, just don't get your hopes. Don't think it's gonna be exciting, though. Nah, you're gonna get all 12 rounds, bro. I'm gonna tell you this. You're not gonna have to worry. You're not gonna have to worry about just watching it and having it be done too quick. You're gonna get a 12-round fight. It should be a tactical fight. Hopefully, we don't get a lot of grabbing. You know, a jab and a cuddle fest. Dog, no. You know Lomachenko don't grab and cuddle, bro. Lomachenko ain't trying to have no intimate relationship with you in that ring. Did you see the Haney interview, OG? Yeah, I did. I saw it. Fannon, I can't afford the Haney fight. It's not on the budget. It's not in the budget. Hey, I don't know, man, especially after paying all that money. Let me put it this way, bro. I have a suspicion people are going to be more willing to pay $84.99 than they will be able to do $59.99. Because that tells you right there what you think the value of that fight is. But anyway, man, look, man, I'm looking forward to the fights. I think that the reason that they're doing it though is to offset their costs. Because Lomachenko and because Devin Haney wants a lot of money. I'm telling you, Devin Haney wants a lot of money for that fight. And I heard, I cannot verify whether it was true or not, that Lomachenko gave up a considerable amount of his purse so that they could put it on pay-per-view. Well, I don't know why would do it so they could put it on pay-per-view, because it doesn't cost more money to do that on pay-per-view. But he gave up a lot of his money and to take the fight. And my understanding is that they sent a lot of that money, that he's sending that money back to Ukraine. So it seems to me, my understanding is that Lomachenko may be fighting virtually for free. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But I like the fight, man. I like the fight. I don't mind paying for the fight, you know. I also, you know, I have a theory about the fact that fights like that have to be on pay-per-view now. And not for the reasons that I think people got that pay-per-view stuff backwards. All of these fights are on pay-per-view. And why is that? Because these networks are not putting out the money, are not going to pay those guys for those fights. The money that they want. So the boxers, in order to get the money that they want, in the networks, in order to not keep their operating budget extremely high, are gonna treat it like BYOB. Bring your own bottle. Pay-per-view. If you want to see it, you got to pay for it. You know what I mean? Cortez McGee says we gonna watch it for free. I'm not gonna steal from Devin and Lomachenko. Not gonna do it. Not going to do it. Can Ukraine beat the American? Yes, absolutely he can. Willie is a different subject. But can he? Yeah, he can. It's Lomachenko, man. That ain't no easy, ain't no soft touch. That ain't no soft touch. And this only thing that really stood out for me is that Devin Haney is now calling himself the best fighter in the world. That is not the best fighter in the world. I don't care, and I will say that. I don't care who asked me that question. Is Devin Haney the best fighter in the world? No. He is not the best fighter in the world. No, he's not. And beating Lomachenko, I've never thought Lomachenko was the best fighter in the world. Devin Haney is not the best fighter in the world. Lomachenko is a serious threat to anybody in that weight class that he gets in the ring with. He's not somebody that you should take lightly. What's going on, Combat Lounge? Said finally made it to class. What's up, Fannon? I'm chilling, man. Just waiting on Coach Calvin to come. Hopefully he'll make it. He about 5 minutes in, you know, fashionably late, but that's all right. I'll shoot him a text in a couple minutes. I'll shoot him a text in like 5 minutes just to see where he is. I'm thinking of the Ukrainian headlines. Look, man, Devin Haney is a good fighter, man. I hope he takes the opportunity to really try to go out there and beat up Vasily Lomachenko. I'm telling you right now, if it winds up being a snooze fest, like if he winds up fighting like Caleb Plant just fought, dog, I'm telling you, man, it's not gonna make it, man. It's not gonna make it. It's gonna be like, oh God. I really couldn't. I mean, standing there catching people is different. You know what I mean? Like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Diego Corrales, that type of stuff. Yeah, he's got to go out there and punt. If he doesn't have to, but if he doesn't, and it's just kind of, it's like, man, you're fighting this little itty bitty dude and you're holding half the fight. That's going to be, you know, it's not fun, man. It's not fun. Caleb done an excellent job. I don't think so. I think he got beat up. I think he held and grabbed and saved himself. I think he did a great job for the first 4 rounds, maybe the first 5 rounds. After that, he started grabbing and holding and doing all kind of crap to make the fight look ugly, make the fight ugly, and he got knocked out. And he would have got knocked out. Nah, man, I don't think Caleb looked good. I mean, I think you guys got a love of some of y'all, not you necessarily. I think some people got a love affair with Caleb Plant. I don't understand it. I don't understand how people picked him to win that fight to begin with. Because to me, those are two different level fighters. Two different levels fighters. And if that was a 15-round fight, Caleb Plant most definitely would have got knocked out. You think he's going to let the smaller man back him up? Absolutely, I think he's going to let the smaller man back him up. Yeah. Not let him. He's going to back up. Not even let him. He's going to back up. That's how Devin fights. Got to do what you got to do against the juice monster. What you talking about? What are you talking about? Why are you calling David Benavidez a juice monster? Shame on you, bro. I never watched the Gary versus Loma fight. Was it a close fight? And is Loma the same Loma? Was it a close fight? It was a good fight. I wouldn't say that it was a close fight. It was a good competitive fight, but I think Vasily Lomachenko won that fight. Yeah. It was a good fight. I wouldn't say it was a terribly close fight, but it was a good fight. Similar, it was, let me put it this way. It wasn't as lopsided as the David Benavidez Caleb Plant fight. Because honestly, man, if it wasn't for those first couple rounds, yeah, he won them because he was moving around. He's moving around. He said, Mimo Heredia, duh. Who's with Mimo Heredia? Oh, you talk about Caleb Plant? Come on, you talking about David Benavidez? Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop hating on David, man. Isn't Caleb Plant snack strong? Isn't Caleb Plant snack strong? I think he's snack strong, isn't he? Do you think Colbert's decision was a robbery? No, I do not. No, I do not think it was a robbery at all. Mr. Henderson has said, appreciate the content and the work you put in daily. Big fan of the channel. Here to support you, man. Thank you, Mr. Henderson. I appreciate you, bro. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you. No, it's not a robbery. I don't think it was a robbery, no. I think if you guys think it was a close fight, if you would have scored that fight, if you would have scored the fight for Valenzuela, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. If you scored for Valenzuela, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. 1 second, let me text him. All right. Thank you, brother. Deborah Booker in the building. What's going on? Said, much love, Deborah Booker. Thank you, sister, for the support. You know what, man? Y'all can do all the talking you want, man. That man won that. That man got that decision. Sit on that L. That man, you can say whatever you want to say. That man got that decision. That was a close fight. Rayo won a bunch of rounds. And then he took his foot off the gas, and Gervonta and Chris Colbert backed him up, was landing shots. Some of them were pity pats, some were harder shots. And Ryo got nobody to blame but himself. And I hope you guys, everybody out here that keeps doing all that, all I can say is I hope you lost money. That's what you get for gambling. I hope you lost money. Matt, with all that complaining you doing, I hope you lost money. Matthew Thomas said, morning Fannon in the chat. Let's talk boxing. Yes, sir. We here. We talking that boxing. Is he the same fighter? He's an older fighter. He is an older fighter. For sure. You know what I mean? He's an older fighter. It was a close fight, man. It's not a robbery. If it's a close fight, it's not a robbery. Okay, break right now at work. Had to tune in real quick. Salute to you. God bless you and your family. Hey, thanks, Corey. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? What's going on, Shoes Talk? Shoes Sports Talk TV. On break at work right now. Had to tune in real quick. Salute to you. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know,
You guys got to just, your fight didn't go your way. I'm still upset about I'm not upset anymore. I was upset for a long time about the fight with Oscar De La Hoya and what's that man's name? Oscar De La Hoya and rest in peace, Pernell Whitaker. Ask Coach Calvin it was a robbery. I'm not going to ask him that question, man. I'm not going to. That man was in training camp, man. That man's out there doing work. That man's out there working, man. A unanimous decision is just a unanimous decision. It's 3 people agreed. Okay? 3 people agreeing. Each judge, they agreed with each other. I mean, were they supposed to get together and agree that one of them won't let them do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just means that unanimous decision is just the means they're all of the judges agreed that Chris Colbert won the fight. You would have felt better if one of them would have given hey, yeah, I was joking, but I ain't no words. Yeah, man, you know what it is. It's just what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro. A close fight, exactly. A close fight is not a robbery. It was a close fight. It's a close fight. If it was something where it was just a guy was getting dominated, let me tell you, man. Oh, man. Yeah, it ain't. Trust me, that's what I thought. If it was a close fight, it's not a robbery. But I respect your G for real. I appreciate you, Carlos K. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. What's going on? Hey, Nonito Donaire and Rachel Donaire. What's up? I don't know which one of it is y'all, but y'all out in training camp too. A shout out there to where you at. I'm not going to tell you where you at, so don't nobody try to go by your house and all that good stuff. Akilo Netter said Colbert went up in weight after losing a guy at 130 to fight a power puncher. I don't know who made that decision, but it was definitely thinking Ryo would win. He made Colbert do a flip. Well, I think that there's also a lot of that comes into play when people are doing that stuff. I think there's a lot that comes into play when people get upset about stuff like that. A lot. Like the fact that you thought he was going to lose to begin with. So your guy is winning. Your guy gets a knockdown. You're amped. You're like, okay, we're winning. And you're not realizing your guy is throwing rounds away, man. Fahim Sator said, Fannon, the truth is we just don't like Colbert. Sorry, not sorry. Colbert. Sorry, not sorry. Look, yeah, I know you are. I know y'all some haters. I know you're haters. Trust me. I sit here and I watch haters. I watch haters all day. Yeah. Y'all know full well. Y'all hating, man. For now, Derek James will show us the new improved Anthony Joshua this weekend. I tell you, man, I have to read things a bunch of times to get them right. For now, Derek James will show us the new and improved Anthony Joshua this weekend. What do you expect out of AJ? I'm just watching. I sent an Instagram message to Coach James and wished him good luck and on his endeavors, and that's it. I'm wishing Anthony Joshua the best. I'm wishing Derek James the best. I'm wishing that team the best, and I hope whatever those guys work for, whatever they put in, that's what they're going to get. The guy that they're fighting, if he's working for it and he put that work in, he's going to get what he deserves. So, you know what I mean? That's what I got. That's me. I'm rooting for Anthony Joshua to win because I'm really rooting for Derek James to win. I think very, very highly of Derek James. And honestly, I really want to see the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fight. I really want to see that. And I would not mind seeing Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. I wouldn't mind. I would love to see any and all of that. You know what I mean? Derek James can't teach AJ heart. I think AJ has heart. I just think he was rushed. There's this side of it. I think he was rushed into a position that he wasn't built for. That's me, personally. And I had said that about Anthony Joshua for a while. All of that rushing you guys did. And I mean, I'm talking to AJ fans about, look what he's done with 16 fights. Look what he's done with 16 fights. I said, yeah, look what he's done in 16 fights. How about you get him to 28 fights? How about you let him see this style? You let him see that style. You put him in there against somebody. You put him in different situations. You develop the man as a fighter. They rushed that man. They rushed that man. They put him in that circle of fighters with guys that they knew that he was going to beat. Then whenever anybody pushed back on him, like Carlos Takam, as soon as he threw a combination, they gave him a knockout. I just don't think they did a good job in the development of Anthony Joshua as a professional. That's what I've said that the entire time. Look what he's done. He's better than Anthony. He's better than Muhammad Ali. And look what he's done. And he's only had 16 fights. Damian said, it's who lands the most punches, not who lands the hardest punches. Clean and effective punching. Pretty much. But, I mean, it is what it is. But here's the thing. Chris Colbert was landing clean punches. He just wasn't pity-patting. He was landing clean punches. He was snapping the head back of Rayo. I saw it. His head, he hit Rayo. Rayo's head did this. And I didn't listen to the commentators, but I don't know if you guys noticed that. Chris Colbert hit that man a bunch of times, and his head went like this. Dude, Rayo was just trying to drop bombs on the man the whole fight, tired himself out, and wound up getting pieced up in between, and he lost the fight. That's on him. J-Bird 904 in the building. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well, bro. What's good with you, J-Bird? Yeah, but at the same time, haven't heard back from Coach yet. We're still waiting. Again, thank y'all, everybody, for being here. Haven't heard back from Coach. But you know how it works, man. He's got like 7 different kids he's training, a bunch of different people he's training for these fights, got a bunch of engagements. So I appreciate you guys' patience. I'm being patient. I appreciate you guys being patient. Ryan's face showed. I'm not sure what you mean. Can't win a round by landing 2 hard punches. Colbert was landing more punches, and that's a fact. He depended on that knockout for the win. And he was getting tagged and frustrated, no doubt about it. Outlaw Thomas said Frank Martin knocks out Colbert, maybe, but he's gonna have to do it at 130 because Chris Colbert ain't stupid. So nah, man, this ain't my weight class. I'm out. I'm going back down there to 135. And also, yeah, a lot of the exchanges that took place were some of the time it was later in the round. Some of the time it was later in the round. And later in the round, he had already lost the majority of the round. Like, I can't remember what round it was, but it was like, okay, Rayo got him up against the corner, and Chris Colbert was beating him before he got into the corner. Rayo throws a bunch of punches. Most of them are blocked. And then Chris Colbert swings off, gets back, and starts beating him more towards the end of the round. So I gave that round to Rayo. I mean, I gave that round to Chris Colbert, where a lot of people may have given that to Valenzuela. David McLeod said, in my opinion, didn't give Colbert 7 rounds, a win, close decision. Hey, look, I just threw away my scorecard. I had it 115, 114. And if you guys disagree, guess what? We don't get a vote, so we got to live with it. And it is what it is, bro. And it is what it is. Exactly. Colbert won the majority of the rounds. Rayo didn't get the round based on 10 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what he did. That's pretty much what he did. He tried to get the rounds. But back to that other conversation while we wait for Coach. Real quick, though. Hey, my guy, Miss Redding, thank you. Caroline Redding said, for boxing. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. Much love in the Cash App. Thank you for the support for the channel. Really does mean a lot. Thank you very, very much. Devon Sonier said, how is a close fight a robbery if your guy doesn't win? If your guy doesn't win. They were doing the same thing. Trust me, they were doing the same thing that happened with, like, you know what that fight is similar to? That fight between Colbert and Rayo was similar to Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev, but Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev was just a higher level fight. Where when that knockdown happened on Andre Ward, everybody just, Sergey Kovalev won. But if you watch that fight just consistently through the rest of the fight, Andre Ward was winning rounds, putting rounds in the bank, 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 putting rounds in the bank. Then boom, you come out with, and the new unified champion. And everybody, a whole bunch of people out there screaming, oh no. Go back and watch the fight and watch how many rounds that man wins. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Joshua Furlong in that super chat. Thank you, brother. Said salute Fannon and the chat and Rise family. Yep. And John Boy, hope you feeling better. GTD camp life. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, they on that grind in camp. Chris Colbert needs to go back to 130. He can't take punches. He looked like he took punches to me. It looked like he took punches. He got hit with one and got dropped and got back up and kept fighting. He showed pretty good recuperative power from the shot he took. Because no joke. Nah, Veem, it's a perfect example. It's just a higher level fight. It's just a higher level fight. Rayo is nobody's Sergey Kovalev, and Chris Colbert is nobody's Andre Ward. However, it is most definitely a scenario where you had a knockout early, and a bunch of people at the end of the fight were pissed off because they thought, oh, that's a robbery. No, it's not. Andre Ward came back and started winning a bunch of rounds, is what happened. He got off the ground and started winning rounds. Went in defense mode for maybe a round, and then went back. Boom, 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 for the rest of the fight and won that fight. And, maybe they should run it back. Colbert was hurt multiple times in that fight. I don't think he was. I keep hearing you guys telling me he was hurt multiple times in that fight. I think you mean a couple times, maybe a couple times. But like I said, it is what it is. Sit on that L. I hope y'all lost money for being sore losers. I agree with Chris Colbert. You guys out here acting like sore losers. You all are out here like sore losers. How about y'all just tuck that L? First of all, Rayo just got knocked out. It was only 2 or 3 times. I saw him get knocked down once. I saw him get hit. I saw him get hit with a good shot. I saw him get hit with a good shot a couple times and go against the ropes. Whatever. Like I said, y'all are sore losers. Let me do my Chris Colbert impersonations. Nah, man, y'all sore losers. Yeah, man, lost. You got to sit on your L. I hope y'all bet a lot. I hope y'all lost y'all money. Not too much money. You know what I mean? Where is he? He's on his way, man. I'm not sure. He's in Las Vegas. It's early in the morning in Las Vegas. We're waiting on him. He'll be here. I texted him. He did not reply that he could not make it. We got the Rise podcast here. So I'm assuming that they most definitely can get in contact with him if he cancel. So we just being patient, man. It is what it is. Say same stuff I saw for 9. Yeah, man, that's how I saw it. Yeah, so yeah, it's 7:26 in the morning, and he's in Vegas. So it's early morning. So I'm lucky to get him. I'm not complaining. Yeah, welcome to the haters ball. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, y'all just gonna have to stop hating on Chris Colbert. Okay? Chris Colbert won the fight. I know y'all wanted him out of there. I know for sure that y'all want him to lose. Y'all thought you had him. You thought you could get rid of him because he said he's a black Mexican. Because he talked bad about Deontay Wilder. Because he talked smack about Gervonta Davis. All of that stuff. I got you. He serves you up some dry chicken out there in New Jersey. Whatever your problem is with Chris Colbert, you're going to have to extend that problem. You're going to have to extend that problem to the next fight. You're going to have to extend that. You're going to have to extend that to the next fight. And just, you know how they say it. You're going to have to sit on that L. You're going to have to sit on that L. I know it sucks. And I don't want my fighters to have to sit on no L's, bro. No joke. I really do not. You know what I mean? I do not. Hold on one second, man. He got checked about that Wilder talk. Yeah, he did. And Cass is mad about that Wilder talk. I got you. We got a lot of Deontay Wilder fans out here, and I'm one of them. We got a lot of Deontay Wilder fans, and I'm definitely one of them. But at the same time, Plant won more rounds than Colbert. No, he didn't. Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently not. Hey, if he would have won more rounds, he would have won the fight. I said Outlaw Thomas, I definitely can't stand Colbert for all those reasons. Yeah, man. It's like, look, dudes, you don't like him. I got it. Look, man. Look, you guys got to take your personal dislike of a fighter out of it. All right? Unless it's Dillian Watt. Hey, but even when I'm watching Dillian White, hey, look, man, you're not doing Rayo Valenzuela any good with all of that talk y'all doing, man. Okay? You guys are hurting Rayo Valenzuela. You're hurting him. You're hurting him by making these excuses, dog. If he hurt him, he should have got him out of there, man. Left it up to the judges and got bit. David McLeod said, hey, brother, what's going to say? Tank and Ryan. God, dog. Tank and Garcia is a good fight. Ryan fought both Haney and Shakur in the amateurs. When the fight gets tough, Tank will bite down and win this fight. If the fight gets tough. That is a big if the fight gets tough. Because Ryan Garcia fought both Shakur and Devin in 3-round fights in headgear. 3-round fights with headgear. I am almost convinced that Ryan Garcia will make it past 3 rounds. If this was a 3-round fight, then, oh yeah, we may have some problems. We may have some problems in a 3-round fight. You know what I'm saying? We may have problems in a 3-round fight. We may have problems. But it ain't a 3-man fight. It ain't a 3-round fight. It's not a 3-round fight. Much love, David McLeod, for that support and that super chat, brother. Thank you very much. Means a grip. I heard Kenny Bayless will be Devin's personal judge for the Loma jab and grab fight. Hey, man, I really do. Hey, David McLeod, thank you so much for that support in the chat, brother. Hey, and Coach he definitely read the tweet, so he's got the message. So we just waiting. It's all good because he didn't respond. So it's all good. We just waiting. Fannon, I can't believe you this morning, bro. I like Colbert, but he did not lose. Just sit on the L, bro. He did not lose. I can't believe you. 3 judges said he won. It was a close fight. I had him winning by 1 round. It's 115-114. It's a very close fight. What are you surprised about? You think 3 trained judges in Las Vegas who have no reason to rob Chris Colbert? No reason. What do you think? You think he's Canelo or something? It was the 3rd fight from the top. Look, man, you got some crybabies, bro. You gotta look, man. Oh, he on the way. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Rise Podcast. Yeah, I know. We just waiting on him. Gotta be patient, man. Come on, man. This is the champs trainer, man. This is legendary Hall of Fame trainer stuff going on here, man. Ben Watts, you're a grown adult people to say and sit on that L. How old are you? I'm 54. Your opinion doesn't mean it's right. No, the judges do. So sit on that L. Your opinion is actually wrong compared to the majority. No, dumbass. Mine is right because he won the fight. Child, sit on that L. Let me tell you, child, I'm 54 years old and I'm telling you to sit on that L because we all know that Chris Colbert won that fight because his hand was raised. That's accepting the truth, child. That's accepting facts in life that you're not comfortable with, child. I'm literally telling you to grow up, child. Oh, the majority of people do not get a vote. The 3 judges get a vote. So I would like to know how in the world, first of all, me telling you to accept that your opinion was not accepted is childish. Sorry, that is being a grown man. RuPaul. And you know we going to check you, RuPaul. We know more than likely this is a RuPaul moment, bro. More than likely we know this is a RuPaul. So I got to check you, bro. Got to check you. Is it? I don't know yet. Could be. Yes, it is. Just made the chat today. Thank you, RuPaul, for the money. Same dude again. Once again, consistently being ignorant. Oh, there, man. But look, man, that's dealing with facts. Hey, thank you, Rise. Oh, it is RuPaul. It is. It made it today. It's RuPaul. Thank you for your money, though, RuPaul. I think by now you've wasted enough of your mama's money where I need to send you a t-shirt. Hey, Fannon, send Coach another link. Yes, sir. Oh, hold on one second. Oh, yeah, he probably got like 90 texts. Hold on one second. All right, let me just make sure that I don't have a different link. And it's the same one. It is the same one. And there you go. All right, I just sent him a link. When you get Coach, ask him to say barbecue and I'm not making fun of nobody's accents, bro. That's y'all. You gonna have to ask. I'm not doing none of that stuff. None of that. I ain't making fun of no Baltimore dudes' accents. Okay. Trust you, me, man. I've lived in enough cities to know you stay quiet. You stay quiet about stuff like that. All right, I just forwarded it to Coach. I just forwarded it to him. I ain't making fun of nobody. I ain't making no fun of nobody's accent. Man, I ain't doing that. That's all. That's all. I lived in New Orleans, man. God dog, New Orleans got a lot of accents. Man. I ain't gonna lie, that New Orleans accent ran me out of there. I swear, man, if I hear one more person talk like this, I gotta go. Because it was so harsh, man. At a certain point in time, I was like, my God, man, I can't take this accent no more. But now I miss that accent, man. I should have, even though I'm glad I left. Because seriously, if I would have stayed there, I'd have been there during Katrina. So I'm kind of glad I wasn't there during Katrina. But, it's crazy. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I say, hey, you can tell him I sent it to him. I just texted to him. Let us live for nine. Let us live for nine. Oh, Devin Sonier. Now I'm upstairs. Hey, say it, baby. Say it, baby. Hey, Fannon, are you going to give Coach one of those Coach Squeeze intros? Oh, you know it is. I mean, I'll try my best, man. You know what it is. You know what it is. Fannon, can you fight? Can I fight? Everybody can fight. I guess you're going to have to just find out. You know what I'm saying? Can I fight? Yeah, everybody can fight. You tripping. I love the accent. No, say it, baby. Say it, Ned. Say, baby. Oh, God. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I miss it now, though. But I was there for a long time. I'm telling you, I was there for what was just wow. I was on top of my neck. But that was at that time, man. I don't know. I was probably just sick of being there, just generally speaking. But say, baby. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. Ja AU said, ask coach if Ryan agrees to fight at 135 with hydration clause still be added. Do Tank have a weigh-in the morning of the fight? Yeah, for sure. I can already answer that. Yes, Devin. Yes, he does. No, I'm not gonna fight you. I'll give you the answer right now. I'm gonna give you the answer right now. I'm not gonna fight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And don't think that means I'm gonna be passive. I just said I ain't gonna fight you. If I can avoid fighting you, I'm not fighting you. No, I'm not fighting you. If I have something on my hand, if you want to call that a fight, I wouldn't call that a fight. No, I'm gonna hit you with something if I got it. Put something in you if I got it. And that's not a pause. I mean, literally, I'm talking about any sharp object I can stick and penetrate your skin with. I am not playing with y'all. Y'all need to leave me alone. Leave me alone, bro. Say, baby. I mean, yeah, say, baby. Say, baby. Say, baby. Yeah, that's that Louisiana. All right, Neff. Say far. I like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Both fighters have to do weigh-ins. Yeah, I can answer that question. Much love in that super chat. Ja AU in the building. All right, so coach just read it and saw the link. Oh, yes, sir. So before we bring it in, we've got one of the greatest trainers in all of boxing about to come on here, man, and you know it's a special privilege because he is currently about to be in one of the biggest, highest grossing fights in the history of boxing, has developed a superstar boxer from the crib to the big stage. Welcome to the channel, Coach Calvin. How you feeling today, sir?
How you doing, Fannon? Sorry about that, man. I was in the middle of another phone call. We got it late last night.
Hey, man, we waiting for you, brother. That's all it is, man. We appreciate you coming this early in the morning. Talking boxing with us, man. So we gonna wait. You about to sit down?
To be here with you. I'll tell you the truth, you my guy.
What'd you say?
I said it's an honor to be here with you. You my guy. You keep all the nonsense away from us.
All day, man.
Yeah.
All day, man. More than my pleasure. Pleasure to talk to you, man. So first, I'm gonna let you study your phone real quick. First things first, man, I'm gonna get to the questions. Some people asked some questions in the super chats, but I'm gonna wait for a second for you to get all the way settled.
Yes, thank you.
No worries, man.
You ready?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go to work.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So first and foremost, man, I gotta say thank you very much for coming to the channel. Appreciate you. Thank you very much to Senior from the Rise Podcast. And I know you part of the Rise Podcast too that facilitated it. Everybody should know that Coach is actually in training right now. It is 7:40 in the morning, so you know this man is disciplined and ain't no half stepper. But yesterday you said when we talked briefly, you said you have a bunch of fighters on this card that are coming up.
Yes, we did.
Who are the fighters on the card that we should be looking for? Because we're gonna make sure if we're not there, that we buy the pay-per-view. And if we can't, and if these fighters are on the prelims on Showtime, then we're gonna watch them on there. So tell me about the fighters you got on there, man.
Well, right now we have Lorenzo Truck Simpson. Y'all know he's one of our babies that came out of our gym. I call him the second coming of Truck. Tank. They grew up together. It's like his little brother. Then we have Jalil Hackett. Jalil Hackett been with us since so long. He's actually signed with Mayweather Promotion too, but he's been in our camp, so I'm training with us. He's been with us since he was a little kid. Then we have Mia Killer B, as you know, that's Kenny's daughter, only girl that's actually fighting for GTD and PBC, and that crew. And then we have a little kid named Catino Oliver. He's the last of the generation that I've been raised that grew up with Tank and them. So they the guys that we have on the card for right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. And some of them are going to be It's so like Truck Simpson is going to be on the main card, I'm sure.
Yes, it could change right now because he's been he's been active for a little while, but he's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because his skill level is amateur pedigree. So, a lot of guys, when they see his name, they go, oh, a lot of heavy hitters that's already on that level and weight class that he's in. They say, yo, yeah, he the real deal. So, we just trying to get him back up and running, and just, let him stand in line and just wait his turn, because he got the capability of putting the work in.
That's good, man. I'm going to start doing some more, getting more fighters on the channel just to give people the, an opportunity to meet them in the morning, man. So one day, it'd be nice to have Truck on the channel.
It's not a problem. So all you got to do is tell me when and we'll make it happen.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. So got to ask you some questions, man, because there's some things that, I want to understand about you. And then we're going to transition into, in the fights that are coming up. And also, I just want to let you, if there's anything that I ask you that you just don't want to answer,
I won't answer it.
Yeah, all you got to do is just somehow, I don't want to answer that.
No, I won't answer it. Certain things I stay away from, especially if you don't have the true knowledge of it, and you don't know it would be detrimental or what you say to offend someone else. So, I try to stay out of certain things. Especially if I haven't talked to the person myself personally or have, full knowledge of certain things.
Good note, good deal. So just so if it's somebody asks something, or if I ask something, you don't want to just be like, nah, not gonna get that one. Because I don't ever want to put you in a situation where you say something you don't want. John Boy in that super chat, thank you, brother. Says shout out to everybody, senior Coach Calvin. So Coach Calvin, I heard you talking to Bernard Hopkins, the legendary Bernard Hopkins,
That's my guy. My brother. He's a hard working person.
Yeah, and he said when you came out, and I know if you guys don't know your history or whatever, you feel free to share that you wanted to spar him when you first came out, which means, man, you got a back. You are boxer, you're a former boxer yourself.
I'm a former kickboxer, but I have boxed amateur with my kids, to show them that anything is possible if they put their mind to it. But Bernard, his work ethic, who he was, and we have a charity, a nonprofit that we want to raise money for. And Bernard was like that guy that, I wanted to work with, like, because he came from the same background I came from, and he ain't looked back.
Good deal. So what got you into kickboxing? How long you been into kickboxing, and how did you make that
shift from kickboxing? When I was young, the majority of all my friends, as you probably don't know, I grew up with Reggie Gross. More importantly, they was boxers. And whatnot when we was coming up. So I was the only one that was into karate and kickboxing. So when I got incarcerated, me and Reggie noticed that I always worked out and was on the bag a lot. So Reggie took a liking to me. But I used to have a friend named Warren Boydley. He runs Mr. Mac Lord's gym on the west side of on the east side of Baltimore. And we good friends and co-defendants in the case that we had. Back like 30, 40 years ago. And I used to, he used to ask me to get them ready because I was good with my feet, steady in my hands. But when I got incarcerated, I started just, picking up the art of boxing and whatnot. I had a friend, he was from the mental department, took a liking to him. He said, man, you're a hard worker. You should get out and box. I said, man, you know how old I'll be when I get out? You know what I'm saying? Boom. I'm in the boxing heavy, so if anybody ever seen this, what you call it, and I always mention that name, that, I would like to get in contact. I don't know if he's still living because he was older than me and whatnot, but he really got me interested in the art of boxing and whatnot.
Okay, that's good, man. So and then when you got out, you immediately started working with youth?
Or
how did you get into the gym? How did you get into
my son and my nephew was on the bag when I bought my first house when I got back home. And I asked my cousin Clifton used to be a boxer, was he showing them anything? So we went around trying to find a gym. It was one gym that was for the youth was Hooks Before Books, ran by Mr. Marvin McDowell, a friend of mine. And because my house was on the east side and the gym was on the west side, I worked on the west side, so I had to go all the way home, come all the way back. You know what I'm saying? When Hassan Rockman, a good friend of mine, I was just with him yesterday, he had won the world title Mr. Mayor O'Malley. He's went to be the governor.
Martin O'Malley. Oh wow,
Yeah,
Martin O'Malley. Yeah,
he
Martin
started a
O'Malley.
boxing program, you know, to try to put boxing in all the recreation center. And my program was the first one. I had a friend named Gary who was looking for a job, came up to my job one day and was telling me we hadn't seen each other since I had got out. But he didn't know I was the manager for Phillips School and whatnot. So he was telling me what he was doing. I said, yo, I'm trying to get my kids into boxing. And the rest was history. This is what I'm doing.
Oh, that's good. Did they give? Were they? I remember, like, some point in time. Were you there when Kirk Schmoke was the mayor?
No, Kirk Spunk actually wanted to put me in jail.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Kirk Schmoke, yeah, because that's kind of like
I haven't had a chance to see Kirk Spunk, man. He came up and gave me some positive words. He said one thing, well, even though y'all was doing what y'all was doing in the project was safe when it was on. So that was a compliment, because when they got locked up, that's when the crack epidemic, you know, went into the projects real heavy. One thing we didn't allow that in the project, especially where we was from.
Okay, good deal. So he upped in gym. Now, was Tank, who was your first fighter that you trained that you really thought was like a special fighter?
Well, I had a lot of special fighters. They just got victim of the streets and you know, life situations or whatnot. I had a whole bunch of fighters. You know, I started off with 5 of them. That's what my.
Hey, Coach, can you do me a favor? Can you turn your chair straight a little bit, because you keep going out with the volume?
I'm trying to block that the light so I don't like see more. You know, let me take a picture. Yeah.
No, we cool on the light. It's better for the sound, man. We good.
I had 5 kids that I started off with. One was Ramon Manley, Andre, Melanie Thompson, my son Kylie, and one more. Man. I forgot Man's real name. You know, only one is still living. No, 2 of them are still living out there. 5. That's Melanie Thompson. She's actually a news anchor up in New York. I think she's supposed to move back to Baltimore to help out with her mother and father, because they're at the age right there. And Andre, they're the only 2 that's actually out there. 5 is still living. Right. I'm trying not to get emotional.
No, I'm brother. If I take it somewhere, we can change the subject, brother. I don't.
Well, that's fine. You know, when you look at your life and see where you at, and remember the kids that was actually with your Johnny and they're not here, it makes you, you know, get emotional and whatnot.
Well, take a pause, because we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something we do on this channel when we talk about people that, you know, pass. I know that your son passed, so, you know, my condolences to you. You're gonna give a 10 count for the children that are no longer with your gym. We're gonna take a pause for that. Rest in peace to you, and blessings to your loved ones, Coach.
Thank you. You know, when I always, when I talk about them, you know, that's just part of our journey, you know. And if you remember, sometimes in taking an interview, he talked about that's his energy, you know, because they was with us. They gave us the platform. They paved the way. And when you sit back, they like our ancestors in boxing, man, even though they're not here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving on. When you started your amateur program, when was the first moment that you met Gervonta?
Well, actually, my son met him. Kadir used to be at the dinner table. I used to talk about Ramon, because Ramon was like Bruce Lee in the ring. Couldn't crack the egg, but he'd beat you up to death. He would.
That sounds familiar. Just joking.
He would beat you to death, man. And we had a rival against California, because California is so big. And Ramon was that guy that I thought that could make it through the trenches, but Tank used to watch him. Tank had so many guys that had potentials coming out of the gym. And one night we was in the gym talking about it, and I looked at him. I said, "Yo, you're an old head in boxing to be around a lot of serious guys that made a lot of noise." I had a kid named we call him Black Ice, Corey Cummins. Man, he was a knockout specialist. You know what I'm saying? And Tank was talking about him one day at the gym. I said, "You remember Corey?" So we had a lot of great kids could have been made a lot of great noise, in our first journey of getting where we was at in this boxing game. So, Tank had a lot of, how would I sit there and say, mentors that could have been great if they would have just 1 feet in the gym and 1 feet out the gym, So, Corey Cummins, he's still living. He's a security guard now, He pops on the show sometime and talk about some of the stories and some of the things, that happened and whatnot in the fight game with us.
Wow. Okay, man. So Gervonta Davis was your son introduced you to him.
Yes, my son introduced me to him.
And so
we had a program in the gym was to take a little youngin that you can get along with him and mentor him, keep your eyes on him, make sure he come in the gym. And my son and Kadir was tight. They was tight. My son was different, he ain't played with nobody. I remember at an amateur tournament when Gary Russell first met him and whatnot. I remember Kenny took my son. One kid, I think it was ranked number 7 in the world. They didn't know who he was. And I went in his corner. I was somewhere at a pro fight. And he beat the crap out this guy. And everybody said, "Yo, where this kid come from?" They said, "That's Calvin's son." And him and Tank, they used to roll together heavy. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know what he told Tank. I don't know. That conversation was between Tank and him. But I remember the conversation between me and my son. He said, "Dad, I'm about to go back to Jersey with my moms." When it comes to your moms and your son, they mothers and father, mothers and sons, they real tight. So he wanted to go back to Jersey, and do what he do in Jersey with his moms. And ever since then, Tank was always on my hip. He was always on my hip, always on my hip. So I say the roles changed now. I'm on his hip.
Right. Hey man, guys, seem like you got a blessing for you, man. Like somebody's looking out for you, man.
Yeah, no, we understand. That's why that tattoo he put on his neck. We always talk about, our journey together and our purpose. I think we coming into finding our purpose of our week together is to help the young youth and let the youth know is anything is possible. You put the right people around you. Put the right people around you, anything is possible.
Yes,
and
sir.
we have seen that. We have seen that on some stories that we have. That guys that was boxing was about to just throw it away, and we brought them around us. And their careers are doing real good. And the same thing Floyd did with Tank. Tank said he wanted to do it for other young boxers and mentor them and do things, to help them in their career. Because I always tell Tank, I said, fighters got to worry about, especially when he's fighting, is train, fight, get paid. Everything else, that's their job to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to worry about getting in that ring every day. You know what I'm saying? In that ring, that square box ain't no joke.
Nah, man, shoot, no, it ain't. Doesn't look like it. Well, when you talk about the coaching, now I heard a story. You tell a story because because I'm gonna lead into something. You have Coach Kenny as well. You've got
that's
Coach
the Bible. That's the Bible.
Yes, sir. So explain you guys' relationship, because both when we talk about you as the trainer, there's always Coach Kenny. And I went back and I'm telling you, man, this is something that always interested me. I remember the first time I saw Tank, his first championship fight against Jose Pedraza.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked at some later fights. You guys were you were the head trainer or the person in the ring for the Pedraza fight. But there was fights later where I saw what's the guy from St. Louis, the coach from St. Louis?
That was only one time when we had a little situation.
Kevin Cunningham.
Yeah, we had a little situation that Al had to make a decision because Al really didn't know who I was, and he had to get Tank out of Baltimore. But we were still in the corner then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were still in the corner then, and that was just that one situation that Al made a decision to send Tank to Cunningham. And, and that built a nice relationship with Cunningham and whatnot, it's a lot of coaches, like everybody don't know how Tank met Broner. If you look at Broner, coach, Mike Stafford. We was friends in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? And Tank didn't want to box amateur anymore, so I let Tank spend time with Mike Stafford. Got to know Broner because Broner was his favorite fighter, and the rest was here. So when we write our story, boy, it's gonna be a hell of a story.
Yeah, man. It's you guys are clearly connected to all of the. That's we were talking about before you got here. How rich boxing is in those areas, like between Ohio, Ohio, DC, Michigan, Baltimore. Oh, and can you clear something up? Will you explain to people whether or not, because I get this all the time, whether or not Baltimore is in the DMV?
Yes, Baltimore. It's like you got Baltimore, Washington, and Virginia. That's why they call it the DMV.
So you consider the city of Baltimore part of the DMV?
It's different. It's different, but that's how they labor it. You know what I'm saying? That's how they labor it. You know, each one of them have their own different style. You know what I'm saying? Because DC won't say they want from Baltimore, but I got more DC fighters coming to Baltimore. You with me? To actually train with us. You know, so I try not to make that separation because we had that so many years incarceration that that guys get territorial. You know what I'm saying? But I see that we made that transition of fighters coming to Baltimore to train with Baltimore fighters. You know what I'm saying? And at first, Baltimore fighters was going to DC because they thought it was no other way out. You with me? But now, we changed that system of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore had a lot of great fighters come out. We just didn't get the recognition. Like when you talk about Joe Gans, one of the first Black African American. People don't talk about that, but it came out of Baltimore. Then
Joe Gans came out of Baltimore?
Yeah, it came out of Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
Right. See, people don't talk about it. Then you got next champion was Vincent Petway, came out of Baltimore. Then you had the next champion that came out of Hassan Rockman, came out of Baltimore. Then you had the next champion came out of GTD, Javonte Tank Davis, came out of Baltimore.
Yeah, man, that dude is nasty. I can't lie, man.
Yeah.
Real quick, Timothy Stoudemire, we got a couple super chats. John Boy, thank you for that support. Keys to the game, thank you for your support. This is the first question that came through on the super chat. He said, Fannon, salute to you working, OG. What's up, Coach Calvin?
How you doing?
Ever get a movie for your life story?
We actually working on it now. I think I had like 10, 15 producers, right now I'm just waiting on, but my, Tank cameraman, they've been shooting names at me and I've been making them come in camp and see what we're doing. Right now we working on some stuff that y'all will see coming right now because the goal is Tank cameraman. He took a kid that was 16 years old. If you watch some of our videos, and the kid been with us just like I raised Tank raising him, and he's around filming all the time. And I told him I'm not going to give him a story unless he's involved with it, producing it. So watch for it because we're really truly working on that. It's a couple of projects that we're working on. We just got to find the right fit because we have so many stories, and the stories that I want to tell, I want people to be able to think and look at a story and say that no matter what you do in the beginning part of your life is how you finish the rest of your life.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I'm sorry about that. Yeah, man, your story, because I had heard about you before I heard about The Wire.
Right.
I actually watched The Wire.
Yeah.
Because of you. Because they were like,
true stories of that. There's a lot of stuff, was not fiction. Everything was like a lot of stuff was real, but we had to keep quiet on certain things because I don't want guys to get caught up in certain things. But I forgot his name, the writer. He was actually a detective that was investigating some of us in Baltimore. Ed Burns, that's his name. I think it was Ed Burns. Yeah, that was investigating us in Baltimore. That actually came up with The Wire and whatnot.
Yeah, but a lot of that they still got now is the general structure of what because I can tell you, man, is the general structure of it correct? Like the way you had the dude, like certain dudes.
But this is the way how I look at it. The guys that I just explained to you, one of my friends, they took their story and put it on us and took our story and put it on them. They just flipped it. You know what I'm saying? They flipped it. You know, when you look at, if you're familiar with certain events, you can see what he was doing to keep it different. You know, when they talk about certain guys, it was really talking about guys that was really doing the money scene, you know what I'm saying, versus the killing scene, you know. So again, you know, he put it together where it kept everybody where they can go live their life and whatnot, you know. And the show could have got a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? That's how good the show was. When they start going into the politics, it really took the essence that I think it took the essence away from the show. You know, when they stayed in the streets and show you what was going on in the streets. I mean, at that time when that show came on TV, everybody was in the house watching it. They started talking about the politics, the school, and I think why he did that because he wanted to point certain things was going on in school, certain things was going on in politics and whatnot that he wanted to bring, that he wanted to bring light to make people. And then if you see the city, we're still going through them same processes that, you know, that he talked about 10, 15 years ago, and we see it happening in the political side of the city.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, school still going through their problems. School still going through their problems in Baltimore. So it was things that he showed and gave light to that was going on before the stories that people looking at now. You know, so you know it's still, when you sit back and go back and look, I call it the elephant in the room. You have to deal with it. You have to talk about it. You have to make them changes. Don't hide from it. I want to wait for 10 years and come back still the same way. You know.
Yeah, it's wild. I was in law school at Howard in the early 90s. And yeah, man, and that's why I knew Kurt Schmoke, because Kurt Schmoke, after he left mayor, became the dean of the law school there before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a friend that became mayor of DC. And that's what kind of tripped me, because there was this dude named Moten. I won't say his full name, but there's a guy out of DC his last name is Moten.
Mm-hmm.
And he was real big. He had come out, and they were real big on recidivism and getting, you know, dollars from the city to work on trying to give people jobs and education, you know, as those guys came out. So for me, it was always like, I've seen it kind of the bridge between the politics and the street. And being from Chicago, same thing, man. Like when they tore those projects down, I was working for the city of Chicago at the time when Daley it was like 93, they tore all those projects down. And man, I was sitting there thinking, man, they tear all these projects down, it's gonna be a lot of trouble.
Yeah. But when they looked at the projects, that it was a haven, like sardines, people stacked on each other, but it kept things in an area where it didn't spread out.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you look at it, as you start looking at neighborhoods and everything, you know, it was designed that way at that particular time to keep things in certain areas, to get the city the way it is today. You know what I'm saying? When I look at certain things that happen, I don't look at it. I look at it above that now. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things is like when they talk about gentrification of cities being changed, you know, they already got plans that's been written like 10, 15 years to get it there.
Yeah.
You know, and then once they get it there, you sit there and say, Dad, they was planning that 10 years ago, you know? So when you sit back and look at things and whatnot, my message is to people in charge, man. Like his name was Mayor Schaefer. I think he was one of the best mayors that I had, because he started revitalizing the city and gave hope to everybody. You know, that's just like when I look at the harbor. Harbor was the best place to put a lot of money into it. The same blueprint that they had for that structure should go out throughout the inner city to actually build the city up and whatnot. One of the main things that they not focusing on is guys doing what they're doing. They doing what they're doing is because they got to do what they got to do to take care of their families, because the jobs are not there. I always sit there and say, if you took the drug out the equation, what they're going to do? How they going to make that money? You know what I'm saying?
Numbers, do something else like that.
Right. when I look at the structure of Miami skylights came from drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't want to tell the truth about that. People said this. I always said this. I was a victim of war on drugs. You know what I'm saying? When we look at the Island for North story, how they was transferring drugs from out of there to here to go buy guns, and we was part of that.
Yeah.
You know, we actually watch it on TV with Snowfall. You know what I'm saying? And the guys that know the real truth and talk to each other when they was locked up, they part of each other cases. You know, but we don't get nothing for going through them changes of them starting that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the first time that different eras that, you know, the government does things, you know what I'm saying, to do things to help other countries, you know. It's just crazy. But that's the elephant in the room, you know. But I give thanks to my Lord to give me a platform to one day to speak about things like that and to help the youth to let them know, man, there ain't nothing that you can't do if you don't put your mind to it.
Hold on one second. Hey, dude, I got to tell you about something because I just contact with somebody. I'm gonna tell you. This is important. I'm gonna tell you about this afterwards.
Go ahead, dude. What you
For
do?
you. Yeah. For you. This is a dude. It's a black-owned production company, man. Dude got like $100 million. He produced Fences and all this other stuff, man. So what I'm basically telling him is, he's a guy. He also hold on one second. Yeah, man. Basically, a big production company, man. Dude just got. I'll talk to you about it offline, man. But if you really trying to do that, this is the type of dude.
We ain't trying to do it.
When you do it, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why he's in Thailand. He's in Thailand right now. I was like, you should holler at him, man. You remember that movie? In the night, it was like in the 2000s, not Black Slate Moan, but the one with Terrence Howard with the rap music in Memphis. Can't remember the name. They did that movie. They also did the Fences movie. He also used to represent the dude from Creed 3, the guy Michael B. Jordan. All those. And he has a production company out of Cali. So yeah, I just hit him. I was like, man,
I've been having so many producers been spending time with us in camp, and it's just got to be the right fit for us. You know, and it's not. I always tell Tank, you don't need about the money. Money come and go. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting the story out the way how we want to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe a story should motivate, elevate people to change and make you feel what that person was going through, you know?
Absolutely, no doubt about it, man. And you guys, that's the real boxing. Like, that's the real boxing. And that was my next question I have for you. But real quick, if my man said, Big C said, do you feel the stipulations and clauses overshadow the actual fight, referring to Gervonta and
No.
obviously. What's your thoughts on that?
Again, the fight wouldn't be where it was at if certain things. It's not the first time the fighters put certain clauses into certain contracts, and sometimes it don't be the fighters; it be the people that's in charge. You know, clearly you have to salute Ron and Tank because the fight is happening. We on our way there. I know Ron talking about it because it's probably been his first time on this level having to deal with this. It's not Tank's first time. You know, we did it before when we won our when we was fighting for the WBC, I believe, or the WBO, that they had a clause in there that we couldn't go over a certain amount of weight in the fight, you know. So that's certain sanctioning bodies that, you know, put certain clauses there. When he said to saying, oh, you can't drink no water, you can't do that. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? He got a main weigh-in for the public. Then he got another weigh-in before the fight. But after that, he can do what he wants. You with me? It's not like he's going to weigh in 10 minutes before the fight, 20 minutes before the fight. He got a whole goddamn day. They're just trying to put stipulations in there. So, because sometimes some fighters will hydrate up to 5-6 weight classes. You with me?
Say that again, that last part. You said
some athletes can hydrate up to 5 or 6, maybe 3 weight classes up. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. So some sanctioning bodies put certain clauses there to make sure them hydration clause is not in there. You know what I'm saying?
Like the IBF.
Yeah.
The IBF 10 pounds. Like,
it's one of them that does it. You know what I'm saying? To make you weigh in twice. So that's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing new that happens and whatnot. He had his team there. Tank had his team there. They could agree to it or not agree to it. Am I right or wrong?
No, they could not agree to it. Yeah, you see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we made it to this point. I salute both of them. Actually, make it the same thing Ron got to do. Tank got to do. That's the difference. It's not like Ron got to do it and Tank don't have to do it. Both of them had to do it. It's like both of them had to do drug testing. They have the same stipulations in their contracts. You know, and if they don't abide by it, they got to pay the consequences behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get into that. You know, I look at it as a way. There's two ways you can look at it. I'm trying to, if something don't happen the way you want it to happen, you want to blame it on that. You with me?
Yep.
And whatnot. You know, just go in there and just do what you do your best and see what outcomes. It's a fight. Anything is subject to happen in the fight. And whatnot, you know, it's both of them on a major level. I look at it as great for boxing because they say boxing is dead. No, boxing is not dead. Boxing has to just go back to what it made it to be what it is. It's them fighting each other, you know, and Tank keeps saying, man, bumping, yo, time is now. We just going to just do what we do because now we in charge. You know what I'm saying? We make it past this fight, you're going to see certain fights. And it makes other people want to fight. It makes fights make the sports great. You know, and we're trying to get back to it. We're trying to go back to what we was raised off of when we watched boxing on TV that made the great fighters, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Ali, the Mike Tysons, the George Foreman, you know, them great moments in boxing. And that's what people want to see, to make people really want to box. I remember I used to come from karate movies. I wanted to learn how to do karate.
Yeah, I knew you was Bruce Lee, bro.
Right. No, I do that now. Actually,
but Bruce Lee, the movies back then, they didn't get you a little bit, man. And Jim Kelly
got me. That's what made me took up karate. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we went to the mall, and they had a shirt with Bruce Lee on it, Boss. And the guy said, "Yo, we've been trying to get with Tank. We want to collab with Tank and whatnot." You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you sit back and look at it, man, it's I don't look at it and say it's my work. It's my Almighty's work. He's guiding me to do certain things in life to spark the next generation. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the nationals with my kids and stuff, you know, so many kids run up to me and say, man, Tank, that's my best fight in the world. These kids, this is the future. So, you know, so when I sit back and look, I say, I remember this time when Floyd was making his journey, when Roy Jones was making his journey, Mike Tyson making his journey, you know, it changed the sport to make the sport what it is today, you know, and now who's going to be them ones to take the sport further, you know?
Yes, sir. And I'm telling you, man, you guys are right there with that, man.
Yeah, we right there with it. You know, I don't think we had to do is just do what we do, you know, and do it with a fashion with people, you know, satisfied with it. The fans, you know, it's about the fans at the end of the day, man. It's about the kids that's trying to have that hope to see their way with boxing. You know what I'm saying? My partner Kenny say, man, boxing, man, it's like the last alternative, you know, sport and whatnot, you know. So we don't get the same recognition as college coaches, NBA coaches, NFL coaches, and whatnot. You know, don't get that, especially as an African American. You know, when I look at my man Derek James and they give him Coach of the Year, I'm happy for him. You know, he obviously, but yo, you that real coach, you get them from scratch. I said, I don't get to that, man. I'm just doing my work, man. That's all. But I admire my coaches ahead of me, in front of me, because that's where I get my lessons from. Like, what motivate me as a Manuel Stewart. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to reach his level. You know, that's the level of greatness.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that word.
Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's as a coach, a professional coach. That's the level that you strive for. Like when you get the kids and they say they want to make it into the Olympics, you know what I'm saying? The Olympics is dying out for the kids, you know what I'm saying? So you got to give them some hope. Let them know, like, if I don't go to the Olympics, what's next? What's going on? How can we keep the sport alive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It would be great if they could get some funding for the amateurs and all of that stuff from
Yeah.
some of these companies.
Like I said again, they need to go inside these inner cities and look at these gyms, man. That's bringing these in. When Jesus said he didn't go to the rich and the famous, he went to the inner city. He went into the city where people really needed the help to uplift them. And then these gyms, they're not like some organizations like in school and whatnot, but they can bring a change to them cities to actually put certain programs to actually help the gym and the situation of the city, because a lot of the stuff when kids don't have nothing to do, no programs, no structure, no resources, it causes them like it ain't no hope and just do anything. That's where it comes from.
Man, you got there right now. I can't read this. Can you see this super chat in here? I'll read it carefully, man.
Go ahead. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Responding to Coach C. Hey, brother, can you tell me why welterweight Ryan and Devin, and then he uses PUSSY trying to fight lightweight and complain? I don't know. Just hands in the air.
He just answered his own question. It's up to them. You know what I'm saying? We looked at one fight that Devin was fighting. He looked like he was ready to kill himself. You know what I'm saying? Because again, he feel as though he can dominate that weight class. You know what I'm saying? When you watch, we go back and look at Tank fights. Tank is never the bigger guy. When we fought Rolly, and everybody was wondering why we fought Rolly, and he was big that night. You know what I'm saying? He was big that night. So again, it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Salute to my saying. Sean Clark says salute to Coach Calvin for his continuous contribution to the sport we love. You're an asset in the community, and the youth needed it. Much respect, brother, to you. Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
They got a whole lot of people hold you in very, 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 very high regard. Let me get a couple of these super chats and ask Zoden. Much love. Go ahead, brother.
Handle your business, man. I'm listening to you. I'm on your show.
Nah, hey, man. The people came for you, man. Zoden, thank you, brother, for that support. Kilo Netter said, Coach Calvin, is a fight with you and Bullet still happening? Will it be with that year?
Actually, man, Bullet is training fighters now. We in the gym messing with each other and whatnot. Right now, he understands that I got a big fight. He want me to make sure I get that out the way and whatnot. He's training, I'm training. We say right after that fight, we're gonna make it happen. We actually gonna do 2 cities. We're gonna do Baltimore, and then we're gonna come back and do Vegas.
For like an exhibition fight between y'all?
Well, we're gonna make it happen. I'm trying to raise money because I'm starting something real big for the amateurs to compensate, just in case, the amateur because amateur boxing is changing. They're not looking out and developing. It's all about the money now. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. So it's a lot of tournaments that the inner city used to do to bring, raise money for their gyms and whatnot. And the amateurs, USA Boxing is making them go straight to these tournaments, so they don't have a chance to get the work in unless they're doing the shows and whatnot. So I have a plan to actually, how would I say, show what some of the kids go through and coaches go through and whatnot because of the level that I'm at. So I have to actually get that information out there to the people so they can see and get the funding, not just for my gym, for all gyms, all across the country, to show that, man, the government or people in charge that love to, help people, that these inner city gyms and gyms that, they need help to actually change. My goal is just to make good citizens. I look at myself as an example. Didn't learn too much about finance, buying a home until I got a certain age. We shouldn't have to do that, especially for African Americans. We should be teaching this type of stuff now and not later.
Yeah, there's some good resources, real good resources for that too. Yeah, it's just It's interesting, man, because boxing, like you said, like one question before I go to the, here, I'll ask the questions. T. Well said, Coach, my son has been in love with boxing before he was even 2. He'll be 5 in December. He still talks about wanting to box. Any advice? Salute to Upton Gym.
Take him to the gym. Chase his dream. I got that from Roy Jones' dad. I got that from Michael Jackson's dad. I got that from the Serena dad. You know, make them do something, stick with it. Like right now, I got a conversation with one of my fighters now. And you know, you can look at them and you can look at fighters. Do they really want to do it? Sometimes they just do it for their parents, you know, because they love their parents so much. Is that really what they want to do? You know, you have to really sit down and talk to our youth what you really want to do. And then when they tell you what they want to do, push them to it. You know, hold them accountable for it. Because you say you want to do it. Lorenzo Truck Simpson told me one day, he said to me, man, I can't do nothing else because this is what you made me do. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I sit back and look. And I look at all the nationals and everything he done. So, you know, this is his choice. This is his life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now, I'm seeing him reading books. I'm seeing him doing things because he's saying his life is changing. You know what I'm saying? And I said, they said, well, we're going to make this run the best that we can. I said, your brother's at the top of the pinnacle. He make it past this, anything's the limit, you know? Telling stories. He want to be an actor, putting people on him, you know what I'm saying? And he got the look. So it's so many things that us as adults, it's like when you know how when your ancestors sit around the campfire and tell them how they used to hunt and do things. That's what our youth is missing, man. That's what we missing, yo. Old heads sit down and say, Cal, why you always ask about the old stories and stuff? Because I sit there and say, man, they guys. Because you explaining through you what you went through. So when them things occur, I heard that before. I know how to deal with it. I'm not afraid. You know what I'm saying? I can handle myself. You know what I'm saying? To be who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's very, very valuable, man. Very, very valuable. Terrell W. Say, good morning, Coach. Fannon and chat real quick. Can you tell us what makes Tank so great outside of his power? And as a coach, how does it feel to be the trainer of a fighter like Tank?
Oh, man. Me and Tank, we do that. You know, last night I had a little glimpse of him when he was little last night. That's what I'm trying to bring back. Tank when he was little for this particular fight right here. It's always been like that. He always has work ethic. You know, when you're working with a kid, when I'm putting so much in it, more than him, he don't want it. But when he making me work, you get what I'm saying? It makes me work harder because he's working harder than me. Last night, he leaned on me and Kenny didn't hear him. He said, y'all jokers getting old, heads getting bald. Y'all getting a little bit of money. Y'all getting lazy. I said, what? He wanted some drills. He wanted some amateur drills and stuff. Man, we put so many drills on his ass last night. He was smiling, working because he got what he wanted. And I said, no. I said, you're getting older now, so we have to watch what we are doing with you to preserve your body for them others. You know what I'm saying? So I'm experimenting. I'm to this other level because I have to watch your body and not break your body down. So I can see certain performance when you're working, when you're sparring, because that's what I need to get out you. And I say to Mom today, I don't want to hear no shit out you. I don't want to hear this hurting, that's hurting. Don't want to hear. I'm gonna give you what you asked for. He ran through our drills last night. He ran through his drills, but I get what he's saying. He grew up off him. He grew up off him, and that's what he wanted for this fight. You know what I'm saying? And last night, Kenny took him to one of his drills. And it was one when he left out of that joint, he was like, yeah, y'all got me last night, you know. So today I want to see how he perform, you know, getting ready to go in the ring and stuff, you know. So, you know, everything is a work progress, you know, work progress.
Man, that's okay. Yeah, so he's out there, he's really grinding for this one, man. Let me get
Go ahead.
He
understand the level. He understand the level that this fight is on. You know, everybody say this about Ron. You say this about Ron. Ron say this about Ron. Have a hell of a team in front of him. You know what I'm saying? He got his side, and we have our side. And this is the side, and this is the fight everybody been waiting on for them bigger fights, them fight at this weight class. This remind me of the weight class of Hagler and all them is, but it's at a smaller weight class. So it's really changing the dynamics of boxing in the smaller weight class.
I mean, it's special, man. Like, no joke, man, because I consider I pay attention to the history of boxing, right? And I have never known, like, people ask me who's the biggest name at lightweight. Like, who are the big, I think Tank may be the biggest name lightweight that there's ever been. Like, I'm thinking, like, who really has, and I get to the questions, because they got a lot of questions scoring at you, so I don't want to talk too much, but who really is like really lit it up at lightweight like that? You lightweight, a lot of times these cats would jump to 147, or they would, they were lightweights and they move and they get the big fight at 140 to 147. But to have a guy that starts at 126 early in his career, goes to 130 and goes to 135 and even has the opportunity for that.
Going through the transition of a kid growing into manhood. You know what I'm saying? The skies can be for limit. You just got to find your niche and where you're going to be at. Look at Hagler. Hagler stayed at his weight class through his whole career. So, Chop, bringing it up to date, getting closer to this time. He stayed in his weight class, his career, So when you sit back and look at it, man, it's just what we have to offer for the sport. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the changes come at, man. When I was at the press conference, man, and looking at this, man, I was excited, man. And Tank was like, "Yo, coach, I can't believe this." I said, "Yo, hey, we got to make it do what it do. We don't talk, we do what we do." And that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My Virgil Wembley, thank you for that support, brother. Hey, he said, good to hear your thoughts. Fannon, good to hear the thoughts of Coach. Keep cooking, brother. Love the show. Thank you, brother. And Bo say, regardless of what weight class, as a fantasy, which current fighters would you like to coach for one camp? Meaning, which fighters today do you admire?
I admire all the fighters that I grew up with. Like I grew up with Terrence Crawford, Spence. They know me as coach because when they was little coming up, they seen me coming up with them. Caden Plant, I like him. I like his fight that he just did. Benavidez, same way. Me, I'm just I'm a student coach at the same time. You with me? I don't try to fill my cup up. Coach Kenny always sit there and say, empty your cup. So I empty my cup like I'm starting all over all the time. You know what I'm saying? Your question, what fighter I would like to train? I like to train a fighter that nobody know about him. You know what I'm saying? But he was always there, but they don't know about him. And you come with him and turn him into that person that he was going to become if he had the right person around him or right people around him.
So nobody's already developed or somebody that you can really take from, where they are.
It's based on relationship and how y'all, it's not about the fight to me. It's about how y'all talk, how y'all look at things. That's what builds the character of the fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I had a lot of fighters that started off with me, but if we had the right chemistry, you know what I'm saying? That's just like when an athlete go to a team. If he can't understand the playbook, you can't get the best out of him.
Right.
So that plays a big factor, or his style of fighting. You know what I'm saying? All that have to be gelled together, to look for that. There's a lot of them. If the opportunity comes, you know what I'm saying, I'll work with them, but it have to make sense to me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kyle Cool said 2 OGs chopping it up. Hey man, Coach. Coach is my senior, so that's my OG. I don't know what was your high school? When did you get out of high school? Like 82?
Yeah, like 82, 81. You know what I'm saying?
81. Yeah. So you the same age as my older brother. Yeah, you like, because I got an 87. So you're like 5 or 6 years older than me. I guess we still in the same. I feel bad because you in such better shape, dog. I trying to get my shoulders, my arms right.
Only difference with me is my Lord let me go through a situation so I can understand these youngins that's out in the world. I have a spiritual advisor that said my journey was not a journey to punish me, but a journey to learn so I can be able to communicate with youth that's out there in that world. Because when you're dealing with a person that's using and you never use, you can't relate to them. So whenever you've talked to me and I've been in certain situations, I understand them. I feel their pains. I know what they went through. You get what I'm saying? And, we talk it up and chop about it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way society is set up, going through that system, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
they
sir.
need the hope like, yo, you can bounce back. Don't look at what happened on the front end. Look at what's going on the back end.
Absolutely, brother. You right up on 60, little short of 60, I think, something like that.
Short of 60. I'm only 50.
Little short of 60. So I try to tell people, man, like in the business world as a professional, people, you don't hit your prime till you like 55.
That's what they say.
That's
what
really
they say.
your prime. Like that's one of the things that I think really gets stole from young men, like from my point of view, because I grew up in a different, if I can just add a little bit to it, if you don't mind. I grew up in a different scenario, right? Like I grew up in a 2-family home. And I'm not sure if you grew up in a 2-family home. I don't make an assumption.
Well, I haven't, but I understand. I understand.
I grew up with a dude.
With certain things is line for certain individuals. That's what I'm talking about. The campfire. They need that.
Yeah.
Even men. How you deal? You came up in a household and you had one mother, and you never seen a man in the house, and you wondering why the man and the woman can't get. You never had a chance to experience that, and all that plays a factor. Before I cut you off, when I came home, we had a support group. A lot of guys that came home. It was 10 of us, and a brother of mine, Muslim brother, Muhammad. I still talk to him to this day. And he had a group. We used to go to Walter P. Carter. We used to come at the end of the day, and it was our way of going through our transition and back into society, and that helped me stay firm. That helped me stay firm on being back in society, because we used to talk about each other's stories and how we dealt with things. You know what I'm saying? And it was grown men, and all this was locked up for long periods of time. And we came home, we had to deal with religion, relationships, kids. And we sitting there talking and sharing stories and asking grown men questions how we deal with certain things. And man, that was a great tool for me. Like, dang, I ain't the only one going through this. You got people going through the same thing that you're going through every day, but nobody out there talking to them to relieve that stress and let them like, yo, you ain't by yourself.
Right.
And I don't care what level you on. You can be rich, famous, with that. Somebody going through something and they need that outlet that actually has somebody to talk to, man.
Yeah, somebody to some guide away, man. But like just the small point that I was gonna make was like to kind of like, within the sport, when people ask when is somebody in their prime, right? Let me read the rest of this though. 2 OGs chopping it up. Love to see it. Much respect, Coach Calvin, Fannon, everyone in the chat, and the entire Rise GTD family. Yeah, man. Most definitely. Thank you, Cal. I'll cool it. Like just like when you're a fighter, like you come in like you're a fresh athlete early in your life, right? Early on, like say you 19, 18, 19, 20, and then you get like your physical, like your best, but then you get your experience that you learn through your fights, right? And then after you get the experience, because you've been in there a few times, you've seen this, you've seen that, you know what to do ahead of time. You know what I mean? So your prime may be in your late 20s and your early 30s, right? Depending on when you get that experience. And then you start to kind of decline a little bit when you start losing your physical abilities to do what your mind tells you to do, right? Like that's kind of the cycle. So I think what a lot of young men need to know, especially young athletes need to know, is that you have a bigger arc than that. You have that arc as an athlete, but you got that arc in life too, where when you're young, like no matter how much money Gervonta makes, he's still 20. I don't know if he's 26. He's still 26. You know what I mean? He still only has that many years in life. So he needs the guidance of somebody that is going to be able to understand that when you're done boxing, you've really not hit your prime for different things. You know what I mean? Whether that's because you've stacked your money enough and you've surrounded yourself around where you can now make business decisions that allow you to multiply your money and do things like that. So when I see your arc, right, you have as a young man, you did your thing, right? And then you recover from that, or not recover, you continue, because that's still now knowledge and stuff that you have. that you can access at any time, that now allows you to get somebody like Gervonta. Because it would be impossible it may be impossible for somebody not in your circumstance to even be able to talk to somebody like Gervonta when he's 16, 17 years old, depending on the experiences that Gervonta had, where he can look at you and say, okay, I know this dude, and I don't ever want to I'm not getting into any of the specifics of it, right? But this dude is that dude, right?
Right.
This dude is that dude. So and he's telling me what it is. I know he knows what it is to be that dude. He knows the pitfalls of it. He knows the benefits of it. He knows where it takes him to. So it just allows him, by following your example, to skip the line a little bit. And what I try to tell my son, and as I learn to be a father, right? It's a constant journey of learning to be a better father, right? It's like, look, man, you can learn a couple ways. You can learn by experience, or you can learn by example. It's always easier to learn by example than it is by experience. You know what I mean? You don't want to tell somebody, hey, look, I'm telling you, when he throws this hook, you need to slip that puppy. And if not, I don't need to slip it. I'm going to take it on the chin. You may wake up, you know what I'm saying? You may wake up 10 minutes later taking it on the chin, right? So, so it's those type.
And that's a true fact of what you said. We wake up taking it on the chin. Some people do a lot of time, come home, go back in, because they took it on the chin again. Some people see it and stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? Do that rolling and getting out the way of them punches and whatnot. You know, go ahead, Fannon, read that chat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, John Boy said, Coach Cal, much respect to you. I got no beef, but I got to ask why Duck and Devin and a lot of duck talk. Tank got to fight Haney. I believe Tank got to fight Haney. I believe he loses. That's a joke.
No, it's not the thing we ducking. His father be reckless and whatnot. He Muslim, you know, it's wrong. I'm not going to shoot no shade on him, right? Devin, a good kid. We're not ducking Devin. But sometimes when I look at the end of the day of these kids and whatnot, you got to have something that you bring into the table. Them belts, yeah, I could pay for the sanction fees on the bet and take the money from Tank and whatnot. That don't mean anything. You got to bring something to the table other than them belts at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If you know something about boxing and what they really chasing, he got a big fight in front of him. Is they talking about it? No. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, every time Tank fight, they're talking about Tank. Shakur, his grandfather and Shakur, we tight. You know, we good. I say, Shakur, focus on you. Focus on you. When that day come and all your stacks add up, that fight gonna happen. It's just the way it is. You get what I'm saying? If you look at boxing and you know about boxing, in the words of Roger Mayweather, you got to have that yin and that yang to make a great fight. You understand what I'm saying? Devin needs to just focus on what's in front of him, deal with what he got to deal with, because I understand what's going on his side. Just deal with what you're dealing with. When it's time for it to happen, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of fights, a lot of great fights that we want to see, you know what I'm saying, happen. Some fights didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? But that's what, this is the start of one of them, you know what I'm saying? And let's be grateful for the start of one of the two of the youngest getting at it right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I understand, man. And my man, Ali Voso in the building. Thank you, brother, for that support. Said, just because you got Baltimore in the building. And yeah, I got to get a question because I don't want to forget. Someone asked early in the chat about Ryan's left hook. What do you think about when you think of Ryan's left hook? Like,
I don't think nothing about it, to tell you the truth. I want Tank to embrace it. Can he stop Tank shots? You know, again, like, how would I say this? I can't discredit Ron because he's undefeated. He's where he at for a reason. So he did his thing. Now he's going up against my youngin. You know what I'm saying? I got a great coach that I'm going in front of. You know what I'm saying? My job is to be greater than his coach. My job is to make Tank greater than that fighter that night. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing is my concern is how we perform going into that ring that night.
Makes sense. And another one, my man asked, any weapons other than the left hook that you're worried about or that you considered with Ryan? Anything other than that?
Of course, you got to worry about other weapons as a coach, as me. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen in history what his great punch is. You know, I know Joe is going to try to develop other things. That, you know, they doing all types of stuff. to make sure that he got more than one arsenal, right? Again, like I said to Tank all the time, it's fun when the rabbit got the gun. When somebody else firing back at your ass, can you really fire like that?
Makes sense. Hey, real quick, man, can somebody throw out the John Boy that left that question? Because that wasn't John Boy. That was somebody else trying to make John Boy look bad. But don't worry, man. We got. I'm sorry, man. We get people imposter other people just to say
yeah. We call them fake pages.
Yeah. It'd be awesome, man. Salute to Fannon for getting Coach on now. Salute to Coach and salute to Rise Podcast. Keys Game. Salute to Rise Podcast. And I want everybody to make sure y'all donate to when you guys watch the Rise Podcast. Make sure y'all support the Rise Podcast because those guys are doing things with kids that they are really trying to get, that can be in some rough situations or in beautiful situations, but don't have that, it ain't free. None of this amateur stuff costs a lot of money. So make sure when you guys go by there, you stop, you donate to the channel. If nothing else, they're monetized. You can come in and out a couple times, let them get some ad revenue. Whatever you do, man, make sure you guys support the Rise Podcast. Great bunch of dudes over there, no doubt about it. Salute for, okay, and then he says, Coach, when Tank is successful on 422, will he face the other guys like Haney, Shakur, or Loma and retire? Much respect. Gorilla thumbs up. Muscle 100.
You must don't be listening to our news. When Tank made a statement, the time is now. You said on the back of our shirts. We're gonna and you hear us say we're gonna fight the guys in our era. We're gonna get rid of them before they start trying to push these new guys at us. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. You notice we've been making other stars and whatnot. We just try to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing for their company, for their team. You know what I'm saying? And it have to make sense. This is what y'all keep forgetting. If we can't get butts in the seat, nobody can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Thanks out to the internet world. We had a little young lady named Ruby. She went to the national 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Some of the coaches and I, we put money up for the kids to go away. You know what I'm saying? And she just came back a national champ. Took her 3 times. But people kept supporting them. You know what I'm saying? And her dream just came true. She's a national champ. So again, these things are going to happen. It's just like I always say, the here's of me, the ones that are in charge of the shows, the network, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They have a business to run, and they have to make dollar sense. And that's what they're missing. If this guy over here, his revenue only at this certain point, he want this type of money, and they say, yo, we don't see it. Tank ain't taking a pay cut. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doing it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to make some sense to make that fight happen. I remember in one of Floyd's interviews, he said, I didn't worry about the money back then. Michael Jordan even did that. And look at him. He's still making money. He ain't even shot a basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't focus on the money. He focused on the talent, the sport. You know what I'm saying? To make the sport great and whatnot. So again, if you want them fights, sometimes you have to take a cut to get the fight that you want. You with me? You got to beat the man to be the man.
Yeah. That's and y'all ain't getting the big, I want to ask a question, but I'm not going to ask that question.
No, ask me for no. I mean,
no, I don't want to do it. I don't do it. No, it's business related because it's about guarantees and all that stuff. And I just heard something. People come talking about how that you and Ryan got big guarantees for this fight. And I didn't know why that would be. Or, is it because of the networks combined, or I don't know if the truth of it or what happened.
You got what's that? 3 networks or 2 networks? You got 3 networks. 3. When the last time we seen that?
Who's the 3rd network?
You got The Zone, you got PBC, and you got Showtime.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's because PBC's a network. And they all put money on it.
I stay out of that. It's not my lane.
There you go. That's what
I can't put that information in my head, but we know that because we still learning too, and not counting that overseas money. You know what I'm saying? What people want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big market over there. That's a big money. I remember we had a whole month talking about that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because certain people or certain networks, they rule that part. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's their lane, how they eat. You know, and when people say, if I give you that lane, we might not do good on this lane. We want a piece of that lane, you know. So it's a lot of stuff going on, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, them two guys wanted to fight. They're making the fight happen. You know, at the end of the day, I don't give what you got to do. You still got to get in that ring and fight. Simple as that.
Yeah, it ain't no joke. But that's what I figured. Because I did a video about it yesterday once people started talking about it. And I was like, well, it makes sense because if you there's multiple networks, there's multiple promoters that are competing with each other. And so but like if you want to have it on my network, you got to put something up. You know what I mean? If you want it on your network, you got to put something up. So you just got to create that. That makes sense to me, man. John Boy said, "Hold up, man. That was not me. That wasn't me. Yeah, my bad, man. I knew it wasn't you once I got through it a little bit because I was like, that don't make any sense."
But no, it's tough, man. Y'all better stop playing.
What do you say?
I tell them, you know your stuff. They better stop playing.
Oh man, these dudes be tripping. Bruce Willis said, tell Coach Popular Grove checking in.
Thank you, man. Oh, okay. Bad Popular Grove in the house. All right.
What's Popular Grove? That's decent. Is that Baltimore?
No, that's Baltimore. That's the top of the hill, man. Very, 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 area, man, that, they doing their things. They doing their thing up there. A lot of kids up there looking for some hope. That's good, man. I appreciate you.
All right, that's what's up. And John Bowie said, Coach Calvin knows I only go hard on Coach Squeeze and Bud. Yeah, they be going at Bud, man. I be trying to get a break. He said Tank must face Shakur next. Devin can't make 135. We'll see. I bet he finds a way to make it for that fight, though.
Somebody said that. Tank said tomorrow, yo, you fighting me, man. He gonna do everything in his power, But I always said, worry about what's on your plate in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Worry about that, man.
No doubt about it.
Tell Pharaoh, love him to death. I was looking at a fight with him. If he'd have stayed at 135, and you see the hiccup he had with his situation, and put Gambosa in the mix, it's boxing. You know what I'm saying? They was the four kings. One of them gone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else might come out of nowhere. This boxing, man. So I don't get into that right now. I just tell my youngin to make the best out of the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. So Tank, give me a question I got about Gervonta, and because I'm a little bit back beyond it, man. This dude is like, what is his greatest attribute? Like, because to me, it looks like he is like an A+ athlete. Like, just like separating like the skill of boxing from like your mental state. Because I know, like, somebody talks about like. You often hear people from like the inner city talk about how, this dude is from the inner city and this is something that like that mentality helps with boxing, right? And so that's why you have a lot of people who are from kind of bad, rough situations that wind up like having mentalities like that. But
his story speaks for itself, man. Again, people not listening. Somebody asked me, they said, Cal, what's your style of training? My pain, my passion. It's a certain energy that I'm bringing that's coming from me through the kid. And he had walked the same different journey that we walked together. You know what I'm saying? Like that night when I said, yo, put the knife in him, he understood what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Last night, he pushed my button last night. You know what I'm saying? The same way he know how to push my button, I know how to push his button. We know how to push each other because we know each other. Kenny been with us for so long. He understands what we have to do. He see the vision. He see the journey. That's why his nickname is, we call him the Lit Ball Swami. We call him the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because he is like the person that's watching us through our journey to make sure we stay on track.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, man. My guy, Stone Alone, thank you, brother, for that support. Said loving this show. Man, it's a good conversation, man. Keys to the Game Boxing Channel said, so bottom line, Coach is saying Haney don't have a big enough following to put butts in the seat. I don't know if I don't know what he's saying. I think what he's saying, and I don't want to answer for you, is that, well, I'll let you answer that. I don't want to do it.
I'm gonna answer that. Let's go look at it. If you look at the numbers, they was trying to figure out where to put the fight at. who's going to bring that traction to it. Right now, Romo is the one that's got the traction. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get that type of money that you want because you got belts. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I understand. Yes, you should ask for what you want. But if you're not bringing that to the table, numbers don't lie. The first thing they're going to sit down and look at what you've been doing, how much you've been making. Then you asking for this fight. So you asking the guy that's really getting it to give you, you know what I'm saying, just to fight you. You know what I'm saying? If you was in that position, would you make that as a business, a smart business decision? Companies don't do that.
No.
Companies don't do that.
No, you wouldn't do that because people will say you like if you first of all, if you're fighting off a budget, right? You're fighting off a budget because this is what Coach Derek James said. And I can attest to this because man, that's business. If ESPN has a big budget that comes, Top Rank has a budget from ESPN. And ESPN, they take that budget, say it's $100 million, right? And they chop up that budget and they say, I'm going to get this guy, this guy, this. But if you look at that fight itself and you say, okay, your gate was 500, your gate was 300,000. You fought on free TV, right? Free TV.
Come on, preach, bro. Preach, bro.
There was no revenue generated off of it. They could have paid you $3 million, right? They could have paid you $5 million, but that doesn't mean you generated $5 million. Versus you have somebody that says, okay, I took a $1.5 million out the gate, but then I did a $15 million gate, which, by the way, congratulations. You guys' gate, from what I understand, is already in excess of $15 million for that gate, right? So you had a $15 million gate, and then you have a pay-per-view. Then you have a pay-per-view after that. If you say conservatively does 500,000 pay-per-views, right? At 84. If it was 100, it'd be 84 million. So now you're looking at $42 million off of a $500,000 gate. You're looking at a $62 million gate. You're probably looking bare minimum at a $62 million produced, right? Out of that, without counting any type of sponsorships.
Right. We ain't talking about that.
Yeah.
That's a gimme.
Yeah. That's
a
like,
gimme.
who's going to pay when you know you have that many people? How much are they going to pay for that ad that sits there and says
right
in the middle of that, or a little
that's
spot?
A gimme. Right.
So it's like, yeah, man, that's what I'm going to answer that question. That's what they're talking about, because at the end of the day, they are putting on an event that is supposed to make money. And the belts actually cost money, because it doesn't matter who the money comes from. So like if you say, well, that's no worries, you can just have the promoter pay the fees. But the promoter's not going to, they're going to be like, okay, we'll write the check, but that 12% is coming out of what we paying you. They're just not just going to willy-nilly start giving away money. The only reason they're here is to make money. Reason I'm just no joke.
The first thing in one-on-one business, the first thing is, why are you here? And it says to make money.
That's the number one thing. But it is what it is, man. But let me said, hey, Phil Sloan, I hope you're doing well, brother, man. Prayers to you, Phil Sloan. I hope your health is getting better. Appreciate the time and the insight from both of you. Hey, man, I'm just out here for the ride like the rest of y'all. Mr. White said, what is Tank doing in camp for fun? Good question.
We do a lot of things, man. Right now, he's just staying at peace. You know what I'm saying? He goes to the mall. When we out in Vegas, we don't move around a lot. Like, I went to the mall a couple of times just to walk around, just to get some air. What else we do? We climbed the mountain. We've been out here 5 years, and we kept saying we was going to climb the mountain. I climbed the mountain. That was exciting. And, every time I look at the mountain there, it like grabs me because I'm a part of it now. I did something that we talked about 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It took us 5 years to actually climb up in the mountains. Right now, we in camp. If you hear some of the phrases, sometimes I'm in camp. I feel like I'm in prison because we don't have to, you stand focused on what's the goal. You know what I'm saying? I can do all that when I get out of camp, And then when I get out of camp, I got to go back home and work.
My guy, Marcus, a music guy, says, salute Coach Cal and Fannon. I have a 9-year-old niece and a 15-year-old nephew with skills that are interested in boxing, but their moms aren't fond of it. What advice would be good to persuade them over that threshold or to get them past that challenge?
Take the whole family, take all them there and say, look, they need to get in shape. They ain't got to fight. And then let them make the decision. Let them be the one that be pinching them. Mom, I want to do such and such and such. The thing is, if it's something that they're fond on, you got to support them and let them give them a chance to see what's going on and say, no, I don't want to do that. Don't shoot a kid down, because when they get old, I had this, I'm speaking of my situation, because I didn't do certain things because the moms didn't want them to do it. And then when they get older, because you was on me, but I shouldn't be such and such and such. Now you want to get on me why I didn't do such and such and such. I was just doing what you told me to do, So when I was just sitting there saying, just go out and let them make the decision, because at the end of the day, they the one that got to do it. And then when they won, I do it like this. When the kids say they want to do something, I said, then you got to correct the dang over. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that they want to do.
Makes sense a lot. Well, let me ask you a question before I forget this one. And then I'm going to get to the next one. Mike, Army Mike. How do you see the Haney and Lomachenko fight going?
Well, I'm hoping Haney win. I would love to see him win because I know the politics behind that whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why. He have a great chance to win. But again, it's boxing. It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? And Romo got something to prove to get his name back up there because he want that big fight too. You know what I'm saying? He want that big fight. I always sit there and say that fight was my Godzilla fight. You know what I'm saying? Because of the culture. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A business again. Haney and Tank in the same pool trying to pull revenue out don't make sense. You understand what I'm saying?
He said you in the same pool trying to pull revenue. It's like, hold on, man. This is get your hand out of my pocket. That's a get my hand out your pocket, because that is it. You got like Ryan though, because that's a whole different cat. Y'all are sticking your hand in his pocket, and to a certain extent by pulling out the fans and the people that are looking to see Ryan Garcia win. But when you have the same demographic, right? You got a finite number.
I can't keep teaching, man. I can't keep teaching, man. Can't keep teaching. But like, in the words of Roger Mayweather, they don't know nothing about boxing, man.
Yeah, they don't know. I'll say they don't know shit about. That's just straight up common sense. Like the two biggest fan bases that there are in boxing, as far as people that are buying and watching fight, not who could, are Mexicans and blacks.
Yeah.
Mexicans and blacks.
Right.
And Gervonta, however he got it. But I'm going to tell you, man, I'm telling you, man, I went back and watched, because I watched that, but that Pedraza is one of my favorite fights to watch. Like,
man, that fight, man, that fight, a lot of work went to that fight, man. A lot of work went to that fight. You know what I'm saying? And to tell you the truth, this situation that we're in, this situation of how we are working reminds me of that situation going into. You know what I'm saying? I know you heard about the stories and whatnot.
No, I didn't, man. I'm telling you, I was just straight up turned it on. I was like, who is this? Because man, God, dog, that man that kicked and fight, man.
Yeah,
like, man, what was the background to that, man? Let me get Mike this. Mike, I feel Tank's style is just like Canelo's. Doesn't have to win every round in a fight. Always ready to give the big punch. Fair take, coach?
No. I mean, Canelo is Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And he learned from his experience of the fights that he had. Because his style changed after he fought Floyd. You with me?
Tank, what changed?
His style changed. Canelo's style changed after he fought Floyd. You know what I'm saying? At first, he was that straight Mexican. Then after he fought Floyd and got in there, he learned how to move, see his movement, doing certain things, and throwing certain shots and whatnot. But he still can get you with that punch. Tank, I can't give up my secret.
Don't give it, man. Hey, man, thank you, brother. We'll move to the next one. Hey, coach, can you talk about, as coach, I don't even want people thinking about the question. As coach about Tank's level, ask coach about Tank's level of athleticism outside of boxing? Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to.
Oh,
How good
man.
an athlete is he outside of boxing? Like, you just had him run, jump, whatever.
Man, yo, the kid, he just amazing. We always like last night we put him through some tests that he be sitting there saying, yo, where y'all come up with this stuff? And it's based on, can he do it? How long can he do it?
And it's like that, huh?
Yeah, he always step up to this. I can't even bet him no more that he can't do something because he always take my money. He always take my money. So I just stopped betting him. I just said, yo, we gonna put it there. Then when I see him getting weak, then I call him out. You know what I'm saying? When I see him look like he is getting him, because again, Father Time is undefeated. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to deal with Father Time there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Coach, Terrell W said, Coach, do you have any businesses outside of boxing?
Well, I'm working on 3 business ventures right. I'm working on 5 of them right now. I just got to get back home and pull the switch. I can't wait to get back home to pull the switch on them. I'm trying to start a barbershop so kids can get their hair cut on a daily basis and teach kids how to cut hair. I'm trying to come up with jobs that don't cost me a lot to put in there, but to get back to the community, to actually have something. Like, you have a lot of kids that want to work, and this is my way of saying they work ethics, because I have a lot of companies that I know when I was a manager, that I have to see their work ethics to actually put my name on the line for that company to hire. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Hey,
So
yeah,
my thing is what I'm trying to do is give them a apprenticeship to get to the bigger jobs. You with me?
Yeah,
Like, we have a problem in the city with the squeezy thing. You with me? So what I'm trying to do is come up with avenues that won't cost me a lot of money, but give them jobs to see, is that person fit for the bigger jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you know, it's who you know. So if I can go into the company and say, this is such, such, and such. He been working for me for such, such, such. He been in the gyms. That's his resume. I need you to give him a job. He'll be a great asset to your company. Bam.
Yes, sir.
He got a job.
Fannon, my boy Money wants to ask what gym Tank working at. I don't want to answer that question, man, on here, man.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does that matter? Does that matter?
Yeah, but no, because I'm gonna tell you why I don't want it. I don't like and Matthew Tom's a good dude. I don't ever like on the internet to give anybody's location.
Right. Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah,
that's the worst thing to do. Hey, if you've been reading the news, that's how some dudes get robbed, killed. Come on, man.
Like, it's like, yeah, no, man, I can't. Y'all, I know is that y'all ain't. I know where you're not though. Just based on, I can tell you where you're not. He's not at Mayweather. He's not at Mayweather gym. But I gotta say, it was nice to see Floyd. It was nice to see Floyd and Floyd and Gervonta watching the fights together though, because that to me.
No, that's to be honest. I take it as a mentor lesson. It's a mentor lesson. At least they still talking as men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, to be great, you got to be great by yourself. That's how Floyd. He did it with himself. He did it with his team. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, we still at home. You know what I'm saying? We still going to do business. We still doing business. You know what I'm saying? Again, they talked it out. And Tank got us down on his 10s. He got us down on his 10s. So it's a growth.
You're talking about his 10 toes down. Stay on
his 10
toes
he got us down on his 10s. And
Yeah.
It's a growth that, okay, this is your big fight. This is your fight. This is your Generation X situation. You know what I'm saying? And the same way when Floyd wasn't there when he won his first title against Pedraza, I'm embracing that. You know what I'm saying? You know, that he can do it because, again, this is his journey. This is his walk. I remember when Jesus said to his Lord, I thought you forsake me. He said, nah, I was the one carrying you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So he carried him to a certain point. Now it's time for him to stand on his 10s. Let's do what we do.
Yeah, and on plus of it, it is also time for like as a father, like the dynamic switches because you got to let that kid go. Like at a certain point in time, like you got to let him go.
No,
and you may not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So when I look at it, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, you know. It's not a bad thing, you know. And I don't know that conversation, but Tank, he's good. Tank is good, man, you know. And he's in the gym, still grinding, still doing what he's supposed to be doing. So again, it wasn't shade or anything. I don't know how Floyd was thinking at that particular time when it happened. You know what I'm saying? But it happened. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? We keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to prepare for this fight. You know, and to see them two was together walking out smiling. You see him Tank was smiling. You see the picture?
Yeah.
He was smiling. So again, another what you call it, lesson. Another lesson. Because I ain't gonna lie, the last fight, we both was looking for Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He asked me, I said, yo, what you looking for? He said, where Leonard at? You know what I'm saying? Leonard was there. He said, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And that's a sign like, yo, you can do this. Because we don't know what goes on in the mind of fighters when they go into situations. That's the part of coach don't know.
Man, that's a good point, man. Timmy Chips. Jose, Brock Howard said, Fannon, you did it again. Great conversation with Coach Calvin. Time flew. Hey, man, easy subject, man. Real easy subject. Timmy Chip said, late again. I stayed up late watching The Wire. That's what's up. Man,
thank you, man.
I got to tell you, man, people told me about Oz, and they told me about The Wire.
The Oz, man, that joint is real.
Yeah,
man, but that show off the hook, man.
Hey, man, I got to tell you, though, just
that's a classic right there. That was
they ain't classics, but, man, you can keep all of that, you know, sexual tension in jail to yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was okay with The Wire because I could get with that. Man, them bodies, they ain't gonna lie though, dog. They
was telling you real situations, man. They was telling you real situations. Shucks.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why I try my best to stay up out that joint. You know what I mean?
And that's the whole goal. That's the whole goal, man. To let them know this is how you want to live. This is how they living in there. Yeah.
Hey, West Baltimore boy said, when is the best time to put my daughter in boxing?
Anytime.
A lot of people talking about their daughters, man. That's nice.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something. That's the next wave, man. Because I went to the Nationals, man. I never seen so many young ladies, and they put work. You hear what I said? And I just made a statement. I had a girl try 3 times. She's a national champion right there. They are putting in work, man. But that man, she definitely is a goat. Carissa, she's paving the way for him. Franchise Cruz paving the way, man. All these ladies, man, with these mega fights, they fight $1 million purses now. You know what I'm saying? So it's about to go.
Yeah, it is, man. I would say, the shame. Honestly, man, one of the shames of it is though that they took boxing out of those out of colleges.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
they did. Speaking of one of my businesses that we actually got coaches in different schools right now. And I got like 5 kids. One of my she called me and told me like 5 kids signed up at that gym. They came from the schools to come in the gym and really train. So, you know, again, we still doing something. We trying to, you know, and it's not about the boxing at the same time. It's about their health, how they eat, how they think. It's bigger than boxing, man. Y'all don't get it when I be saying certain things. It's bigger than boxing.
Well, question, man. For an old man like myself that needs to get rid of maybe 30, 40 pounds, maybe a little bit more, bro. How do you keep yourself in shape, man? Because I see you know
routine. I don't care if you get up and walk. I got an old head named Mr. Will. You probably seen him on All Access with me, man. He get his walk in. He lift a certain amount of weight. He do his stomach. You know what I'm saying? And he eat right. And that's it. You know, right now, we eat to live, how to eat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take a look at yourself. And I look at some old heads. I met an old head at the gym the other night. And I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna slow down at him when I turn 60 or 70. He said, man, I'm 85. And I looked at him. I took his hand and rubbed my hand on him just to get to his age. That's a blessing. I got an uncle, man, 90 years old, first time coming to a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? 90. He still walk, go play his lottery and everything. And we used to talk about the people in the Bible, how long they live. We got people living that long because they doing certain things to live that long. And I'm hoping I can be one of the persons that live long to see things that happen in this generation, to be able to talk about it, to be our ancestors that's telling us what went on back in them days when we ain't had a chance to experience what they experienced.
Yes, sir. The fandom said, as a fan, I want lightweight undisputed Haney and Loma to be the only other lightweight on pay-per-view. I think that be a big fight with the winner of that next. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is not gonna be a big fight next. Because what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen on that puppy. That's the first time on the pay-per-view, and those fans do not buy pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Those guys don't buy and on top of it, it's not with a network that's used to selling the pay-per-view.
No, that's real talk. You got to go through the history on it. When they did try it didn't work.
Didn't work. I mean, it
worked.
Terrence Crawford is an example of that, man. If Terrence Crawford had been with the PBC and he had those fights on the PBC and they had done that, his pay-per-views would sell more, because it's not strictly just about that. But that brought up that point about Tank in the Pedraza fight. The thing that really struck me is, even though you guys were on the undercard for, I don't mean to point at you, brother, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it? What's that? Voodoo Jack?
Badu Jack, and the other guy with the real pretty sister from
over England. From over England.
James DeGale.
Yeah.
Y'all, when he won that fight, man, he got a ton of cheers in that place, man. It was like
Baltimore came to New York.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. I made the call and I said, y'all, it ain't nothing I'm not asking for. I need y'all help, Baltimore. And Baltimore came here to be more. They came out and support, man. That was I'll never forget that night. No, that was the night. That was the night of nights.
Yeah. Because I was like, what is that? Because it was like, this crowd is like, he's on the undercard. He's in New York. It's not in Baltimore.
They were celebrating. They were celebrating the years of work we put in.
It was like he was already there.
Yeah. Man, and now we're going to that next level. Can we get to that next level? Can we take our city? It's about our city, to let them know, man, we hard workers too. Don't count us out.
Nah, man. Hey, J-Dub said, Coach Cal, we love you and praying for you, brother. GTD. And let me see. I got two more. John Trey Thomas says, salute Fannon and Coach. Coach, is Tank pound for pound number one of the hardest punches you've ever seen?
At that weight class, man. You ain't seen nobody doing what he's doing, man. We always see that in the heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? That heavyweight division, like Deontay Wilder, like he and putting them to sleep, you know. But that little weight right there, man, goodness grace. You know, and then I don't know what's going on. You know how when they say, oh, he ain't get old enough to get to his man strength. Man, he hitting jokers now. They like, yo, I ain't going back out there.
So man strength, you say it does what age is your, I want to know from you, when does your man strength come in?
Me personally, ain't no such thing. I just can't give up the secrets.
Yeah,
I got kids. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just said that shit. They just got that mental retarded strength. They just strong. Just strong. You know what I'm saying? They just strong, you know. I got a kid, I call him Superfly, man. I watch him hit kids in the gym and they go, and I look at him like, wow.
Man, Zenith36 said, Coach, salute Coach Calvin. I think Tank doesn't get enough credit for his technical skills in defense. Why do you think that is? Also, do you work on defense for some fights and others depending on the opponent? God bless.
You just answer your own questions. It's dependent on the fight. Fights is never the same. It's always different. So you have to calibrate, recalibrate. Don't get into the power. I don't like getting into the power. I like to get into really punishing the person to make them sit there and say, I don't want to fight no more.
That's the kind of fight like David Benavidez and how he kind of does that.
Yeah, I don't want to fight no more.
Coach, I'm not going to answer that, man. I'm going to leave him out because he knows. Hey, West Baltimore guy, I'm gonna ask him not to answer that question.
No, I wouldn't answer that either because both of them good friends of mine.
Yeah. That's putting him in a bad situation. I appreciate that though. Hey, but Coach, we've had 2 hours of your time, brother. I
That's
really
fine.
appreciate you
I
coming by,
thank you, man. I thank you for coming. I like talking to you anyway, man, because I like when you talk to business, though. You know, because you be on point with some stuff. But you know, you see how we drop little jewels.
Yeah. But I look, man. I know. First of all, look, man. I really think highly of you. I think very highly. I think very, very highly of Tank. One of the things that I really, really liked about Tank, because Tank was for me was a bit of an acquired taste. And the reason that I say that is because, like, the first video I saw with him was maybe that Tevin Farmer, like him and Tevin Farmer going back at it, and right. So I didn't really like it. Kind of struck me funny, but as I watched him and he missed that, like the thing that I was like, okay, nah, this dude's besides of how he can fight, because he fight is crazy, man. That's a gifted athlete, and he's gifted not just physically, but he's gifted with the people that are around him that have been experienced with people like that before. So it's like you've already talked about having talents like that before. So you've had talents like that before. It's kind of like Michael Jackson and Tito Jackson. You know what I mean? Like this is our third time through with somebody like this. So boom, this is what we do, because you guys had your deal. But the thing is, like, when he missed weight against Fonseca. And then I think there was another time that he was like maybe had to have a second weigh-in or whatever.
That was Gamboa, but everybody don't understand. That was our lesson from camp, how camp go. You know what I'm saying? When we come out with our story, you'll get all that. Yeah. You'll see why he missed the weight, what went on, what happened. You know, it was certain things as a young man that he didn't do at that level, getting to that level. You know what I'm saying? And have you heard about it lately?
No. See, that's my point. It's like when he got to the point where he's now coming in a half a pound under a weight at 135, where you see that he can go up at 140, fight at 140, but yet he didn't have any problem coming back down the 5 pounds and actually went back to 130 for Fonseca, then went to 140, then came back to 135. It was a level of discipline out of him that I was like, okay, he's no longer a 22-year-old or whatever the situation is, right? That led to it. Because for me, the buck stops with, are you taking care of the business? Like, so for example, like when people are saying, like all of the different reasons why, like with the Devin Haney situation, right? Like whatever it was, Devin Haney was in a situation where he made some decisions that led Devin Haney to the point where he had 4 belts, but he doesn't have a lot of people buying his fights, right? Where there was decisions that were made by Gervonta that led him from being virtually a sparring partner, because that's what the way that I hear that is if Tank went out to Vegas and he went to spar Devin Haney when Devin Haney's preparing for a fight, that would never happen now.
That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. Period. He ain't no me. I don't do that.
Say it again.
That wouldn't have happened. Period. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? In training, Tank like to spar anybody. You'll see him pop out of nowhere and go spar somebody. But I try to tell him, y'all can't let him do that, because anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? When he spars, it's supposed to be controlled sparring there. You know what I'm saying? So we can watch out for the safety of him and the safety of the person he's sparring. Because I know my youngin'. That's why I keep telling y'all haven't seen the best of him yet.
Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you go, brother. I appreciate you, man. And you're up in early in the morning, man. Good luck again. Before we leave, tell everybody who else is on the card besides Gervonta Davis and who they need to be looking out for.
We have Lorenzo Simpson. We have Killer B, Mayor Ellis. We have Jalil Hackett, and we have Patino Oliver. Come and support them. That's the last of our first generation, man. They're going to come out and put on a nice show for y'all. And give them that scream and that holler, man. Even if you pay for the pay-per-view or you catch it on Facebook, Instagram, Live, but just show the support, man, because right now these kids, and I always sit there and said, the fans support you, you fight for them.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Well, thank you very much for joining the chat, man, and hopefully have you on again after you get past what you got going on April 22nd. Man, it's a lot of fun, man.
Again, bro. You will see me again.
All right, brother. Peace.
Peace.
All right, that was a lot of fun, man. So thank you guys for coming this morning. We'll be back. We're gonna have some more guests. We're gonna have more guests on the show, so we'll do this a lot more often. And if y'all out here, anybody wants to get on the show, let me know. I think it's a good way to spend some time in the morning. Trash Talk Gaming. Thank you, brother. Tell Devin Haney to give us a show. I don't think Devin Haney's gonna ever come by my channel, but Bill Haney was welcome to come back during that interview. But we just wanted to focus on Calvin. On Coach Calvin Ford. I think we learned a lot about him. It was really good stuff. But all right, man, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And with that, I'm out. Check you out, Zenith 360. Thank you, brother. Deuces.